comerte. Quiero jugar, bebé, 1 hora más. Estoy impaciente, quiero comerte. Quiero jugar, bebé, 1 hora más. Estoy impaciente, quiero comerte. Quiero jugar, bebé, 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 1 hora más. Estoy impaciente, quiero comerte. Quiero jugar, bebé, 1 hora más. Quiero comerte. Quiero comerte. Quiero jugar, bebé, 1 hora más. Estoy impaciente, quiero comerte. Quiero jugar, bebé, 1 hora más. Estoy impaciente, quiero comerte.
It has obviously been
Welcome in early heads, welcome in early heads.
Quiero jugar, bebé, 1 hora más. Estoy impaciente, quiero comerte. Quiero jugar, bebé, 1 hora más. Estoy impaciente, quiero comerte. Quiero jugar, bebé, 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 1 hora más. Estoy impaciente, quiero comerte. Quiero jugar, bebé, 1 hora más. Quiero comerte. Quiero comerte. Quiero jugar, bebé, 1 hora más. Estoy impaciente, quiero comerte.
Welcome in early heads, welcome in early heads, welcome in early heads. DJ Hugo starting you out with some heavy beats this fine morning, evening / afternoon. It's a Sunday, which is a Saturday, which is a Friday. Let's go.
Кажи ми где си, tu sam za 10. Izbacim ekstra pa belom na desne. Cekaj je sević, dođi u backstage. Bacim ti evre, ko da si kelner. Okolo bulje, ko da sam Hefner. Palim rakete u studiju, nered na Petrovu flis. Fuck the police, ko mi je brat, ne znaju svi. Ona zove stalno, a ja ne bih baš sa njom. Kaže neće ništa, jako hoće nešto lagano. Samo zovi kad ti treba, znaš da tu smo hamerom. Znaš gde možeš da me nađeš, razbijen sa Davidom. Cek.
Koto, opet meni.
Ajde.
Opet meni smo to, koto, priđi mi lepoto. Koto, ja sam doktor, koto, pije se žestoko. Koto, svi su opet loko, znači živi se široko. Kokaini i bikini, samo da je veče top. Nikad ne znaš kad će banu, zato spremi se na hop. Ili kop, ili budva, apartmani puni bluda. Oko mene samo gudra, oko mene braća luda. Kao David, sve na crno, sve na duplo, sve na 2. Njega zove, kaže hoće da upozna Petrova. Opet sobe pune grehova. Sovecima hoće bombonjeru puno lekova. Hoće vidi moju facu, žao mi je, ali nema bolje, skini se.
Dysfunction starting us out strong. 12 months, daddy. Yes. 12 fucking months, man. Let's go.
Koto, opet meni šalje foto. Koto, opet meni smo to. Koto, priđi mi lepoto. Koto, ja sam.
If you ain't hangover, are you even alive? Hangover, the ultimate pulse checker. I'm not angry. Ajde.
Neću da se smirim dok ne proradi bereta. Svaki dan mi je noć, svaka noć mi je dan. Ne mogu da se smirim koliko sam umiran. Džepa vadim ket, mala kao kristal med. Svaki dan držim me, slika me, šalje me na snapu. Za 5 je na setu, ti si meni sad na metu. Na metu, na metu. Jedna, druga tura, svi su ovde mnogo loko. Mala sve je htela da šiba se žestoko. Nije to što ti se učinilo. Petro zove, stiže malo, samo gudra alkohol. A ona zove me, ne znam koji put u danu, ne znam zašto zove me. Kada je nemam u planu, a ti gde si Petrove? Opet kidaš novu traku, samo puniš tekove. Živim život kao bajku.
Oh, absolute perfection. Thank you very much, Dysfunction, for starting us out with that 12 months, man. That's some very nice 12 dysfunctional months, if you know what I mean. Welcome in, chat. It is the 15th of February, exactly 17:15, and I'm coming to you on a Sunday. How are you all doing? Probably half of you are hangover. I'll try not to scream as much as I usually do. Yesterday I had a D&D session. Turned out because one of the people that was supposed to show up at the D&D session didn't show up, so we had to do like a different thing. We did like a short, like one session campaign thing. It was really good. It was a game where you pick from 5 different corporate characters. Why is this doing that? Why is this stupid fucking thing doing that? One second. No, I fixed you last time so that you don't do the aperture bullshit, okay? Like this, like don't move, okay, boy? Okay. So we go and one of the people couldn't make it. They were sick or something, right? The camera looks so much better this way, by the way, I meant to tell you yesterday. Thank you. And right as you said it, like it started doing the aperture shit. I don't understand. Strange. Anyways, welcome in, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Yesterday I played D&D. One of the people couldn't make it, so we had to play like a one session campaign thing. It was really good. I try to remember what it's called, so I recommend it to you guys, but I didn't. I'm sorry. It's like you pick from one of the 5, 6 characters, so 3 of us pick the character out of 6, and you go to work, and they call you to a pizza party, and you go to the so-called, corporate pizza party, and all of a sudden, on the big screen in the conference room, they tell you that the law has been changed, and that state law no longer applies on private property. And to celebrate that, the executives of the corporation have decided to do a little sports, also known as hunting some of their least favorite employees. And then you start the game, right? And it was very fun because one of the characters was like a really annoying HR guy. I was the janitor, the guy that stays like the night shift janitor that nobody sees, nobody ever interacts with, and so on. And the third guy was a wellness manager, which is basically like an overpaid corporate in-house therapist. And we had to survive like the CEO, which was like a crazy coked up guy with a baseball bat. We had to survive the HR director, which was like a lady like running us down in a Lamborghini. There was like the CFO or something was like obsessed with optimization, so he was constantly gassing employees in the basement. He literally had like a mini concentration camp where he would gas employees. So with him, he was constantly throwing grenades and shit. And then we had a hardcore LARPer. He was my favorite character. He was like really thinks that he's trying to be like a real soldier, like a SWAT guy. But he's constantly missing us and so on, and he was the weak link, and it was really fun. I recommend it to all of you. Some of our roles were really bad, some of our roles were really good, but the RP went really well, because like especially the guy who played the HR guy was really funny, because he kind of metagamed and literally used his phone to continuously email the assaulting squad rumors about the other guy. So he got him to infight a lot, and we end up like pitching some of them against each other, and then we picked the rest of them off. But the best part of the game was, at the end of the DM kind of told us, he was like, dude, like, guys, like this game is supposed to be about you trying to get away. But we were like 30% through the game, we were all like, fuck that. were killing them. And he, like, I could see his face, like, cringing. And not cringing, but wincing. He's like, oh my God, this is going to be so difficult to DM. Because we were like, nah, fuck running. Fuck this horror bullshit. We are going to become the hunters, right? And towards the end of the game, it was really fun. I got like a corrupt ending, but that's the direction I was playing my guy in, right? Like, he was literally at the bottom of the food chain, like the night janitor, right? And now they're also hunting him for sport. And through the story, he starts killing them very brutally. And even like two of the other characters, they wanted to spare an intern that was helping the HR director because she was like a 19-year-old girl. My character like fucking, bashed her fucking skull in class traitor type of experience. So he became very bloodthirsty at one moment. And at the end, my two comrades, which were like higher positions, much more like PMC positions, right? Ended up leaving the corporate world, traumatized by this experience and so on. Well, my janitor guy, he kind of embraced belief in hierarchy. He embraced the experience, basically. And he said, I dominated them. Now I become CEO, right? So he becomes like a hardcore killer, both in the corporate sense and the literal sense, while the two other guys kind of reform and leave and so on. So really fun role play, really long, 8 hours. Like, holy mother of God, I was home at 4 a.m. That was absurd. That was very absurd. But it was great. It was great. It's a you go eat dog world, yeah. 8 hours, yeah. I went there right after the stream. It started 1 hour after the stream, and I came back home at like 4 a.m. Came back home at 4 a.m. It's a very fun game. Anyways, welcome in everyone. If anyone has died since the last stream, please do tell me. Because as we all know, whether you're in heaven or in hell, you definitely have access to what? To Ugopnik Twitch chat in both. Welcome in. My lovely producer Cuphead is telling you not to let the sub count drop below 4,000. I think it's possible. We're going to lose a lot of subs today, but it is possible. Gamba is at 4,234 because 234. I think that's a very achievable Gamba, especially if you do it in the beginning. This is the last stream of the week, so we need our 10 weekly taxpayers to finish off the 30. Let's fucking go. Tomorrow, I am launching a new project, a new show. Please be on the lookout. Tonight, like after this stream, I'm going to be interviewing Hassan, the Janissary, the beautiful, small-headed, buff, smart man from Los Angeles. For that new project, I'll spoil a little bit. Like the episode with him is probably going to be episode 3 or 4. You'll see. It's very, very exciting, and I can only do these projects because of taxpayers and oilers such as yourself. I'm trying to expand into as many things as possible. With the guys over on the D program, we are restarting like a sillier version, most likely, of First Thought. We'll see where that goes. All of that would be impossible without the funding that I get through this stream for me personally, and the different fundings that those guys get as well. So thank you very much. The project is going to start tomorrow in a big part thanks to the oilers such as yourself. So thank you. Keep oiling, because without you guys, I cannot build this small dream of mine of not just having like one platform, but trying to create as many different pitches for many different types of communities, many different types of people when it comes to what they want to hear when they what they need to hear to make them feel relaxed enough to accept class consciousness, etc., etc. As I said many times, there needs to be as many pathways towards socialist propaganda as there are mentalities, as there are subgroups, as there are subcultures, etc., etc. So the more the merrier. So thank you very much, including thanks to people like Sound of Silence for your first tax payment. Thank you very much, my friend. Okay, now let's start out with the new segment that we start out with every day. Chat's headlines. Today is the 15th of March, and welcome Welcome to the bar. Thank you very much, Kubashi, for the 75 consecutive streams. Kubashi is a real OG. And thank you, Lenin Leftist, for the 3 months. Thank you very much, Lenin Leftist. Now, let us start. Wait, why is it bugging? No, like this. Okay. So, Iran War Day 15. From Al Jazeera, the headlines are as following. UK is intensely looking at how it can help reopen the Strait of Hormuz with its allies. The UK is Occupation regime minister Gideon Saar denied they are holding talks with Lebanon in the coming days, adding it informed the U.S. it's running low on interceptors. Rockets hit Bnei Brak and Ramat Gan areas of Greater Tel Aviv, injuring 4 colonizers. The casualty update for the Iran war is 1,440 dead in Iran, 15 in Israel, 13 Americans, and over 800 Lebanese. In other news, NBC covers FCC chair threatens to revoke broadcaster's license among Trump comments on Iran coverage. Basically, the government is saying, man, you got to tell people that the war is going really well, man. Like, the war is going really well. Please, man, please tell them. Over from good old China, China Daily is saying that Vietnam has opened the polls for its 16th National Assembly, where 79 million expected voters are set to choose 500 deputies from 864 candidates at 72,000 polling stations. Election results are required to be announced no later than 25th of March. The first session of the 16th NA will convene on 6th of April. To the Vietnamese in chat, may you vote very strong. I think we have Vietnamese in chat always. Go vote very good. Vote very much. Vote socialist very much. Okay. Associated Press is hitting us with U.S.-China trade talks, which have opened in Paris today. They have reportedly paved the way for a meeting between what's up Beijing and I am very circumcised. I am so circumcised in the near future. Dates announced by Trump haven't yet been confirmed by Beijing. From France 24, EU backs ban on AI-generated sexualized deepfakes after Grok backlash and are set to approve the ban during a vote on Wednesday. The only W that continuously has come to us from the Eurocuck continent has been a relatively proactive legislative push against what? Against what, chat? Against the use of technology for spreading illegal pornographic material. Okay, that's been kind of based. Okay. Next, we have some screenshots that I asked Cuphead to compile that Donald has been posting. President Trump is reshaping the media, and then you have like the places that he's defunded versus places that are now based because of him, pretty much. Which is an insane thing to post, okay? This is an insane thing. We have a president of a country which is most famous, arguably, for LARPing freedom of speech and LARPing true democratic independence of the media apparatus from the state. And then we have the president literally being like, look at how I influence the media apparatus in this country. I am very good at influencing the apparatus of the media. It's like, and I love how it says saved next to TikTok if you look right here. It's free speech on X. Disney ends key DEI practices. News bias ombudsman. Okay. Legendary. Absolutely legendary. And then in the bottom, he's got the winning. Trump war against the media and winning. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, Jelly. Thank you very much for 3 months. Thank you very much. These are the 4 most recent things he posted at the time Cuphead looked. McLaughlin's strong majority backs Trump in stopping Iran's nuclear ambitions. And now let's read some of his latest posts. Many countries, especially those who are affected by Iran's attempted closure of the Hormuz Strait, which are countries affected by the illegal war that Israel and Wash Israel have started, will be sending warships in conjunction with the United States of America. Of course, the cucks got to be whipped into sacrificing their own children to Baal, not only American children. To keep the Strait open and safe, we have already destroyed 100% of Iran's capability, but it's easy for them to send a drone or two, drop a mine, or deliver a close-range missile somewhere along or in this waterway, no matter how badly defeated they are. Hopefully China, France, Japan, South Korea, the UK, and others that are affected by this artificial constraint will send ships as well. We read this yesterday. Pretty, pretty classic American behavior. Start a problem that is causing massive blowback all over the world, then blame the blowback on the people doing the blowing, if you know what I mean. Doing the boom boom Tel Aviv, and then say that we must stop these unhinged evil terrorists. My allegory always that I love using for Iran, for example, and for most governments that are a bit relatively violent when it comes to how they manage, quote unquote, manage their population, that are pretty, that have a very, very strong intelligence apparatus that make sure that that nobody can interfere with their sovereignty. Usually they become this way because there is a direct threat, not always, but usually because there is a direct threat coming from the outside. And when it comes to the relationship between Iran and the United States of America, it is one, the allegory is, you have a neighbor, you go to your neighbor's house and you tell him, I'm going to take your fucking house. You have 2 days to leave. You walk outside, you wait for a day, you go back, and he now says that he will buy a gun if you come again, and he will shoot you, and you cannot take the house. So you lose your mind. You go start talking to all of your neighbors about how you need to bomb that guy's house because he threatened that he's going to buy a gun. He's buying a gun. He's developing his intelligence apparatus. He's closing his borders. He's being very, very, sometimes literally conspiratorial and arresting fucking everybody, including innocents, of course, because he sees a spy everywhere, because potentially a lot of foreign agents are operating on his territory because he wants to protect said sovereignty, combined with, in the case of Iran, let's build a nuke or two, etc., which of course is a meme to an extent, but you know what I mean. Then you use the argument that they're going to buy a gun or that they're going to make a gun as the main reason for invading. So you go, you'd say, I'm going to take your house. The guy says, I'm going to buy a gun. Then you start screaming and saying, oh my God, he's going to buy a gun. We gotta pacify him before he buys a gun. But nobody's asking the question about why he's buying a gun in the first place. And in this case, they're closing the Gate of Hormuz, and they're blaming it on the Iranians. Yes, why are the Iranians hurting their own economy as well, closing the Gate of Hormuz? Because the Americans and Israelis invaded. And that is pretty much it. Stream starts NOW. I hope all of you have enjoyed the little segment of introductory catching up, as people like to say, that we have now standardized for the show. If you do, say thank you to your Cuphead. Thank you to my lovely producer, who you also indirectly pay every time you subscribe or gift a sub. So thank you very much. Now let's get into the news. I will be doing this for the next 2 times, but I'm pretty sure I know the answer. The main reason we do this catch-up in the beginning is so that throughout the entire stream, especially when we are covering news, everybody is kind of on the same page, on the same level. If you like that segment, that 5 to 10 minute segment, please write 1 in chat. If you did not like it, please write 2 in chat. We will not be offended. And if you don't really care for it, please write 3 in chat. 1, like it. 2, I don't like it. 3, I don't care. Please hit us with that good old vote. If you like the segment, you see how professional we're becoming. We're still keeping the shit posting, but adding and adding. Almost no 2s. Phenomenal. Actually, no 2s. Now somebody's got to put a 2 because, of course, everybody who's writing 6-7, you're my favorite. You think you're annoying me with it, but I actually love it. I actually really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy this. I will never retire 6-7. I will be dabbing while screaming 6-7 and saying based when I'm 78. When I'm 67. I missed the chance of saying that. God fucking damn it, mate. Okay. Welcome in, chat. Let's get in with the news. Apparently, everyone loves it. A good job, Cuphead. You had that one repeating sentence, but it's fine. We will eventually get there. You did great. We can like shit postify it a bit in the future, so it's funny. Thank you very much, Helix, for the 2 community gift subs. Let's fucking go. Let's reach that gamba point today. We haven't gambad in a week. I think we haven't gambad in a week, yeah, which is insane. I think we gambad the beginning of this week, so we gotta spin that wheel. It is Sunday. It is a weekend. Let's go. Okay. Can we get a new specific balaclava? Sure, I would love that. Dude, we reach this point, I'm going to have like 5 custom balaclavas. And when I make them, I will be shipping them for free to top oilers every month. Okay, as a thank you.
We're still seeing strikes come from
Now, death, destruction, chaos, annihilation, unipolarity, capitalism, pedophiles, and Logan Paul, and Jake Paul, and 6-7. Welcome to Ugopnik Twitch.
Factories have been destroyed.
Yeah, it's been more than 2 weeks, Professor, and Iran is already paying a heavy price with more than 1,400 people killed since the start of the conflict. Fuel depots set on fire, as we've been seeing. We've heard from the Iranian foreign minister in Washington, who was speaking on U.S. media, saying that...
How is Gamba too high? It's 100 it's 150. How is that too high?
There's
Motherfucker, Red Phil, I do Gamba and I give you free subs. Motherfucker's also like, oh no, start at the beginning of the stream. I want Ugopnik completely bankrupt. I want him streaming from the gutters, okay? Red Phil is like, nah, this man does not lose enough cash on Gamba. We are doing the opposite. We are subscribing to this man so that he goes bankrupt, okay? We don't want to support you. The only reason we subscribe is so that you suffer.
oh, the war will continue.
I was true sewer socialism with Hugo, man.
Government is saying no to negotiations, but how much are they really prepared to suffer? How large is the price they're willing to pay with 1,400 people now killed since the beginning of the conflict?
Well, this is a war
Let me answer that. A lot fucking more.
on an Iranian nation and Iranian civilization. This is a war of choice on behalf of the United States and the Zionist regime. We're just responding to their attacks. We were in the midst of negotiations 2 times, once in June and once this time when the U.S. and Israel attacked us. So we're just responding to their attacks. And the public demands that we retaliate, because even if there is a so-called ceasefire, which, by the way, the Zionist regime has never stayed true to any ceasefire in the case of...
And it absolutely never will. And the Iranian government, thankfully, finally has completely embraced that perspective, because a struggle against Israel by Iran should be seen the same way as Israel sees Iran, which is an existential battle of whose system prevails. Anybody who tells you that is not the case is kind of an idiot. I don't care if it's a Zionist telling it to me or an Iranian patriot. The apartheid Zionist system in Israel is incompatible with sovereign nations in what we like to refer to as the Middle East, out of which the most sovereign nation, one could argue, is Iran. So Israel existing in its current form as an apartheid colonial state is never going to allow for a stable Middle East, because from their perspective, as an apartheid colonial Zionist anti-Arab, anti-Muslim supremacist society, for it is true. Like when Israelis say it is a matter, the destruction of Iran is a matter of Israeli survival. They are correct. They are correct, and they are pursuing this perspective, and they do want to Libyanize every single country in the proverbial Middle East. And if they do not Libyanize it, they want to create it, like to transform it basically into these like semi colonial structures as well. So TLDR, Iran cannot continue existing with the current mode of organization in Israel, and vice versa. The current mode of organization in Israel cannot continue existing long term. It cannot, without the full destabilization of the Middle East. Do you think that Greater Israel is still on the table? Like grander plans and ideas like that are always on the table because they are what you are like striving towards. They always have to be on the table when you have a very far-right government that runs through basically, wishful thinking on going back to a greater past that never really existed. So yes, it's still on the table. It's always going to be on the table. Okay. Right-wing governments also always have to have this. And Israel is not only a right-wing government, it is de facto, even compared to the right-wingness of liberal capitalism, far further right. This is, very simplistic explanation, but you get my point. Thank you, your socialist aunt. Woo-woo! Thank you very much for the 3 months. Thank you very, very much. Do you think it's possible to topple the current Israeli regime? Israel needs a complete top-down and down-up restructuring of how they run their society. So when it comes to Israel, we need to be talking about systemic change, not government change.
Of Palestine, Lebanon, etc., there is no guarantee that they won't attack us again. So this time, Iran is determined, as it had warned.
But yes, TLDR, Iran is an existential threat to Zionism in Israel, and Israel is an existential threat to Iran. Like that is a correct assessment, and Israelis have been following this policy forever. And Iranians, a lot of them have also been following this policy and this perspective forever. But now, especially now, after they've seen that you really cannot negotiate with these people, by these people I mean, Western imperialists, you have to go all in. I mean, you have to go all in. Israel needs to go the route of Rhodesia. Yes. I mean, yes. I mean, it's going to be a very long and very painful process. And there's going to have to be a lot of cheek turning and let's call it the change of the legal system in the country will need to pursue a lot of individuals which will excuse their behavior based on what was previously legal. And playing through that whole minefield, sometimes very literally a minefield, is going to be complicated. But that is a question for another day.
A long time in advance that if they start attacking us, we're going to respond, and this is going to turn into a regional war.
You were recommended to me by my husband, and I'm having fun. Welcome in! Your husband is very based. I know your husband. Incredibly handsome. Incredibly smart. Like, he's like a 10 out of 10. I can't believe you scored him. Incredible guy, dude. Incredible. You all know, your socialist aunt's husband, right? Like, fucking great guy, man. Your socialist aunt is so lucky. He has immaculate taste. Listens to Hugo on Twitch. Immaculate taste. Bravo. Okay, chat. If you get your partners to also listen to me and more importantly, subscribe, I'm going to glaze you up like this as well, okay? Such a good dude, right? Come on, chat. Tell us how much we love him. He's like, handsome, intelligent, kind, open-minded, respectful. Just wow. Everyone's jealous of you. They keep talking shit, but they only do that because they're jealous. You was wishing he scored your husband. No, I am being a... Oh, God damn it, guys. I'm being a wingman to my chatters here, okay? Being a wingman to my chatters. Speaking of being a wingman to my chatters, we have hit the 30th minute, so I must do a slight grift session and remind you to be a wingman to my show. to, when you see me in the Yugatnik bar, be like, I will buy you a beer. How do you do that? How do you do that? By subscribing individually or by paying taxes, okay? Talk up Jeff Bezos for me and be like, yo, the algorithm should love this guy. Look at how many subscriptions he's got. Fucking crazy, okay? I want you to glaze up the entire Twitch ecosystem by wingmanning me into today's Gamba goal by subscribing, by gifting subs to your fellow chatters, and by paying your taxes. Thank you very much. Because alternatively, how am I gonna, if without my wingman and wing women and wing bees, does that make sense? Wing MBs, how will I ever pay my bills? Okay, how will I ever buy Twitch a beer? Subscribe to the Yugo Broadcast Service. The YBS is funded by you, the viewers. For you, the viewers, the true wingman of socialism.
Because the country
Wing bees.
is the monarchies in the region that are hosting U.S. and Zionist.
Thank you for your consideration. Nobody wants to be my wingman, seriously. I mean, I knew that average, rate of wingman has gone down, but being a wingman or a wingwoman is the most socialist thing you can do, okay? It is from each according to their ability to each according to their need, okay? Maybe your ability to talk up a person you find cute is higher than your bros or your sisters. That is why you must utilize your higher ability to satisfy their need by going and glazing them the fuck up in front of a person that they find cute. And in this case, the person I find cute is the subscription button, okay? And I want you to wingman my way into that motherfucker. That allegory was sick as hell, brother. That was really good. That was really good. I'm stopping the grift section. Let's motherfucking go, Luke, okay? That is a wingman right there, okay? That is a wingman that can always score, but always goes back home alone. Not because he can't, but because he prefers when his bros and his sisters score instead, okay? He is a loyal man. He is a loyal man either to a partner at home or to a video game console at home, or he really loves his Desanka Maximovic, okay? People here that know who Desanka Maximovic is. She's the greatest girlfriend of all time. Thank you, Adam Chase, as well, for being my wingman. Seriously, Luke, first Western taxpayer of the day. What the fuck is this? 21. Thank you very much, Luke. Everybody say thank you, Luke, and be inspired by Luke, because this is true wingman behavior. Thank you, Juan Alana. You see, Juan Alana pushes like a beer towards that person. Then Stiz comes on as like the third wingman. Now it no longer feels like a wingman experience. Okay, we have these like the. If we're thinking about like the Twitch subscribe button is like this hot fucking voluptuous little button, you know. At this point, it's getting freaky because we're like all have surrounded the button, and everybody's like glazing up Yugo, and it's getting weird. Okay, so where is this allegory going? I mean, that's why I do it, because D&D IRL. Okay, let's continue the news. Thank you very much. We're close to a hype train even. Chew motherfucking chew. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, Stiz. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Socialist Aunt, for being my first wingman of the day.
They have the resources to help ease that burden, but it is such a size.
You're in a great mood today. I'm not. I'm always in a good mood. I got wingman today, you know?
Percentage that it's not very
elite ball knowledge.
simple to put a specific, this will happen in 3 months or however long.
Ko zna Desanka Maksimović, evo te, nemamo naših u čatu, koji kurac. Desanka, ono, svakome prva devojka je.
Long that timeline may be, but it would have to be a very quick, fast discussion on how to create and execute that kind of a plan to take that burden off. And I know Saudi Arabia, for example, is looking at diverting some of their oil flow through their pipeline network to go
the Red Sea,
through the Strait of Hormuz,
which would increase gas prices. I love whatever solution they offer to the blockage of the Strait of Hormuz, which everybody except I think Donald Trump expected to happen. all of this will lead to increase in oil prices. Okay.
Away from the Strait. Yeah.
Motherfucker thought he's gonna Venezuela his way through this. Nah, man, you're gonna oil your way through this.
So
Right.
away from the Strait of Hormuz. So by doing
Повегли
that, we're looking at
самаха.
increasing the flow and easing that burden of what's happening on that percentage that's not going through the Strait.
And so which major importers, whether China, India, Japan, or the European Union even, which are most exposed to a sustained disruption in Gulf energy exports, and why, and where else could they be looking at?
Well, we're looking most likely who's going to be extremely impacted by this are countries in Egypt, where a majority of that oil is going in the first place. China especially, they're a sizable importer of seaborne Iranian crude. They take 80 to 90% of the crude that Iran produces. So who's going to be heavily impacted on this? Or we could look at countries that you listed, China, Japan, South Korea. These are countries
Thank you for the subscription to the Balkanization Enjoyer. Thank you very much.
that they're not energy deserts per se, but they do rely heavily on seaborne imports, and they're large manufacturing nations. I believe you said earlier in your program as well that countries that manufacture in mass for the global marketplace, they're also going to feel this in a different way because energy costs are just simply going to go up. So then the cost of goods that are shipped globally will also go up. And because
Who has
a lot
been
of that
saying this from day
manufacturing
one?
does take place in East Asia, and specifically in countries that do acquire a lot of their seaborne imports from oil shipped through the Strait of Hormuz, that's going to be a place where you're going to probably see a lot of price fluctuation going upward, unfortunately, in the future.
Finally, Caleb, briefly, what is the one energy risk you think policymakers and markets are still underestimating as they watch this war unfold?
I would say that something that I don't think people are discussing quite as in length as they should be is Iran is doing something different in the sense of how they are approaching what they are attacking and in what places.
Yes.
So it's not as part of the general playbook that Iran is doing. So it's a little more unpredictable in terms of this is a 2-week conflict, 8-week conflict, a year-long conflict. I think that this is a different Iran in the sense of the capabilities that they're able to produce, as well as their political will they're demonstrating to.
Most of you have already heard this take, but I'll just say a TLDR really quick. Iran is setting a precedent and the world is watching and learning, and that is a core understanding of the American people. Iran understands the American people arguably more than even the current American administration. What do I mean by this in particular? They have learned that, hey, Americans don't really care that much about American corpses anymore, aka dead American soldiers, as much as they did, like, I don't know, back in Vietnam. They don't really have like a stable hot take on, oh, are we pro-war or not pro-war? They're very tribal, based on party lines kind of society. So if Trump says war good, it is good. If he says war bad, it is bad. The opposite side is going to say the opposite thing. The only time an American actually complains about his situation, especially a foreign policy decision, is when prices start going up. That is the core, like, I don't know, fucking principled Marxian Muslim caste analysis coming to us straight from Tehran. Which is genuine. Like, Yanks don't give a shit about how many foreign subhumans die as long as chicken wing costs little, okay? So they're hitting the chicken wings, okay? Tehran is not hitting the towers, okay? It doesn't matter that the second tower has fallen or the third tower has fallen. They want the 20 bucket chicken wing tower to fall, okay? They are hitting the treats, and the treats. Speaking of treats, 1 minute left of the hype train. It's on 6. How about we move it to 7 because it would be funny. So yeah, that is basically my hot take. It is the economy versus literal Iranian lives, right? And not only Iranian lives, right? So it is a fascinating moment in which the power dynamic of unipolarity is being turned on its head against empire, because you have such levels of wealth garnered through imperial extraction that you're just used to the good life so much that any little flick at it will make you question, where the fuck is this flick coming from? And I'm talking about America 20 years ago complaining about the Iraq war. America today, which is far from its prime, feels every intervention flicking its bean far more intensely than ever before. And Iran has adequately recognized that and is hitting them in what they care about. Remember, I love Americans. I do. I love Americans. But Americans do not have class consciousness. They do not have national identity. They do not have communal expression. Before the number one category, which is that of a consumer. Okay? They have all of that shit that I mentioned earlier, but all of that is further down the hierarchy of identity for them than the consumer. Mu price, mu treat, mu consomme. And when the Iranians hit their prices, they are hitting the American way of life. They are hitting American culture. They are hitting what it means to be a goddamn brother. And that is why Tehran is far smarter than any insurgency or terrorist organization or whatever motherfucker that blows shit up all over New York or any of that fucking bullshit, because all of them misunderstood what it is to hit at the core of the American. It is not to kill Americans. It is not to destabilize their government. It is not to put spies in the White House. It is to make their treats more expensive. For to consume treats is to be American. Thank you to Vitname for the 5 gifties. Thank you Baka Partizan Opa for the gifty. Thank you 37 Chambers for the 5 taxes. Okay? If you want to clip that and post it somewhere on your platform, fucking do it. I think that was a decent rant. Okay? You can title it, Yugopnik compares Al-Qaeda to Iran. The radars and bases America is losing are not worth billions. They are priceless. America cannot get the rare earths, nor can they manufacture anything anymore. They will never replace the hardware. These assets are just lost. Iran is decolonizing the region. America still cannot repair a basic bridge in Baltimore. They're not rebuilding anything in Qatar. We'll see. It's a very interesting take. I, to a very large extent, agree. Not all the tech they're losing is very important, but a lot of it that they have lost has been. And a lot of the successful strikes that we're counting from Iran are successful because they, for example, stop the movement of money and goods from particular regions. They cause panic. They stop certain processes from going on for months on end. But a lot of the strikes, keep in mind, are hit by $20,000-$30,000 drones. Big smoke, big scary. Nobody can go back into work, etc., etc. But the thing is not actually incapacitated, right? Though they have some other hits where it's very much so incapacitated. But they are. That's why I'm joking, and I may even get banned from this platform. I don't know how TOS friendly it is, but this is like an insanely civilized way of waging warfare. I'm serious. It is not hitting it's not focusing on maximizing death and casualties. It's hitting the line that goes up or down. Hype train on 7. We went from 6 to 7. How about we go to 8? Why the fuck not? Come on. 30 seconds left, okay? I don't even have a pitch anymore. I ran out of my pitches. Just 8 is prettier than 7, please. Why am I calling it like a civilized war? There is no such thing. But Iran is hitting the line. It is hitting the markets before it is hitting human flesh, which unfortunately, of course, will cause, real deaths, most likely, uncountable deaths. And that's to an extent the brilliance of the American, on the other side, military apparatus, is because the American military will deploy abroad, and it will show these incredible Call of Duty level kill death streaks that their military can exude on the enemy, but they will then never count the indirect impact this war has on its own domestic population. What do I mean by this? Well, for every cent that oil increases, the oil price increases in the United States, for every cent that commodity prices increase in the United States, which then is all wrapped up in, as we all know, the market economy, which makes pretty much everything go up. Everything from rent to motherfucking healthcare to your mortgage rate, etc., etc. All of these repercussions coming from the reaction of the world against American interventionism end up costing immeasurable numbers of human, especially in this case, because I'm focusing on it, American lives. So yeah, they might only say, we lost 1,000 soldiers, we killed 100,000 of theirs, let's fucking go. But in order to achieve that quote-unquote military victory that almost never even comes, the economic repercussions of having gone and done this adventurism back home translate into thousands upon thousands of uncalculated deaths. Okay? That's why statistics isn't a science, as I like to say. I mean, statistics is a data point. You don't extract wisdom from it. You apply it to the particular conditions. You apply it to the conditions. Toast, you're a fucking sociologist. Help me with my wording here. Crisco, a spittin' litin. It's incredible how little this war has affected my coworker in rural North Dakota so far. They do not give a fuck yet. Exactly, yet. Crisco, brate. Oi, Crisco. Thank you, Crisco. Crisco been up in here paying taxes like a motherfucker, okay? Crisco, Crisco is number 4. You're very close to Pizza Famine, Crisco. Pizza Famine, you got to defend your position, yo. Second Western taxpayer of the day. Thank you very much. Getting closer to that weekly target. Let's fucking go. Reminder, tomorrow I am launching a new show. I'm not going to spoil anything. Tomorrow I am launching a new show. Keep a motherfucking eye out with my new colleagues. I'm going to be interviewing Hassan later. Hassan is going to be on episode 3 or 4. It's very interesting. It's unlike anything you've seen before. It is a very leftist show, etc., etc., but the context of it, the style of it, what we're trying to talk about, I think you will find very interesting. And especially because if you're here on Twitch, you will find it very interesting. Because, small spoiler, it has a lot to do with the space, let's say, okay? So, tomorrow, big things. Big things tomorrow, big things. Thank you very much for the kind level 7 hype train, which lowers, as we always do, the actual hype train target by 7, the number of the train itself. But yes, can't wait to see it. I can't wait. Yeah, there's going to be 3 co-hosts. Who had the idea? Not to brag, but equal contribution by all of them. But yes, I had the entrepreneurial business spirit. I dropped a bunch of entrepreneur shit in the house, okay? You will love the trailer so much, man. Jesus, the trailer is so good. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu posts a humorous proof of life video after baseless people claim that he died. Of the flexing is obvious. This is don't believe it, guys. He's dead. This is like a Palantir cybernetic body. Okay, this is a Palantir cyber body that they gave him. Okay. Yeah, and the reason he's pissed off is because the cybernetic body they gave him is uncircumcised. So he's feeling really, really uncomfortable with his new uncircumcised body. He's going to get some coffee, and then they're going to go like with a bzzz, with because it's metal. Saw. They gotta saw off, but very carefully his foreskin.
איך הם מתנהגים? פנטסטי. אתה רוצה לספור את מספר אצבעות?
אתה יכול להראות לנו?
פה. פה. ראית?
יפה מאוד.
That's not coffee, that's diesel.
אני חושב שהמסר לאנשים שיוצאים ומתאווררים.
לצאת להתאוורר, אבל ליד מרחב מוגן.
I mean, you can see, like they haven't done them proper. You know, the hair is far too white, like, you know, very unrealistic. Very
המידה
unrealistic.
שלכם היא מדהימה. נותנת
Netanyahu, pull your pants down. That's the only way we can know if it's real. We know that cybernetic Palantir robots are always uncircumcised. Because Palantir creates the most advanced and most powerful robots. And Palantir understands that all the power is stored in the foreskin. I'm stopping the joke. I'm stopping it.
כוח לי, לממשלה, לצה"ל, למוסד. אנחנו עושים דברים שאני לא יכול לשתף ברגע זה, אבל עושים דברים מכים באיראן חזק מאוד, גם ביום הזה, גם בלבנון.
That guy getting blown the fuck out like in the next 12 hours because this dude chose this coffee place.
ממשיכים. אתם אומרים לי להמשיך? אני אומר לכולכם, גם אתם...
Who holds a coffee cup like that? Robots.
ממשיכים. אתם אומרים לי להמשיך? אני אומר לכולכם, להמשיך? אני אומר לכולכם,
Chat, find this coffee place. Find this coffee place now.
גם אתם תמשיכו. תמשיכו
You must find this coffee place, reach out to them and ask them if he was circumcised.
להישמע להוראות פיקוד העורף, כל הזמן, להישמע להוראות פיקוד העורף, וגם לראשי הערים, להיות תמיד ליד...
It's most likely in Berlin. It's in Berlin. It's in Berlin. Yeah, I heard the theory. It would be, yeah, it would be smart of them actually to run it from Berlin. But very funny. Still very funny choosing Berlin for Israel committing unspeakable crimes is fucking legendary.
ליד מרחב מוגן. אנחנו נקל ככל שהדבר ניתן. ותודה לך על הקפה, הוא מצוין. אני לא יודע לגבי הקלוריות, זה נראה לי מסוכן מאוד.
She's gonna say Duncan, blow the fuck up. Most entertaining timeline. I told you, funniest timeline. Funniest timeline. Nice to see you. The coffee place will not survive this month.
תודה. מה ש...
Everything like the sticker is old. It also has the Israeli like writings on it, etc., etc. It's probably in Israel. I'm not gonna lie to you. Or maybe they have Jewish-only zones in Berlin. Maybe they call them ghettos. It's very hip nowadays. Israeli-only zones. Good correction. I agree, my friend.
Well, President Trump and his administration continue to insist they're not under any pressure.
Oh my God, are you going to sit down with Hassan Fred? I can neither confirm nor deny. Many names are being thrown around. A lot of hype is being gathered about a very good new show coming on. You know, I couldn't just leave you guys with just one incredible 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100 show like the Deep Program, okay? I had to give you something that is very, very, very different than the Deep Program and in no way competes to the Deep Program and therefore cannot be compared to the Deep Program, but that will be of a very high quality as well. So you're welcome, subscribers such as yourself. Give me the funds that allow me to make such incredible entrepreneurship deals, okay? You should be hyped. It's very fucking good. It's very fucking good. It's really good. It's actually pretty good. Like, I'm sorry, but it kind of is. You're going to bear with us. In the beginning, we sound a bit amateurish, but it gets better, okay? Iran's foreign minister, Abbas, I've been told that family of a U.S. soldier killed in the war of choice in Iran is relying on public donations as fair and equitable deal was within reach. Those providing poor advice to POTUS are responsible for bloodshed. This war is imposed on both Americans and Iranians. Well played, sir. Well played, sir. Sir plays very good. Sir plays very good. But this is like lawful good Iranian. You want to see lawfully, you want to see chaotic good Iranian. You want to see chaotic good Iranian. Wait, where is it? Did I like it, son of a bitch? Find me the link where the IRGC says that they can't wait for troops to be deployed because they will, like, violate them. Yes, I think they say violate. Or some shit like that. And then there's very good memes surrounding it. Oh, come on. I hate when I see something and I don't like it because of public profile, and then it just... Somebody throw me a link. Allegedly, the coffee shop is in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem Hills. Thank you, Toasty, very fucking quick. In Jerusalem Hills. Oh, God, the humiliation ritual in Venezuela has begun. The U.S. Embassy in Vuvuzela raises American flag for the first time in 7 years.
La bandera de los Estados Unidos representa la posibilidad.
Representa de possibilitar de democracy in Vuvuzela. We will no longer say iPhone 100 Gorillion Vuvuzela. We will now only say iPhone 100 Gorilliano, because Vuvuzela no longer Badu Vuvuzela ours now. We take the Vuvuzela. IRGC vows to molest newly deployed U.S. Marine Expeditionary Force. So you have this, okay? This is lawful good, and this is chaotic good, okay? So lawful good Iranians are like, I've been told that family of a U.S. soldier killed in the war of choice on Iran is relying on public donations. As far as fair and equitable deal was within reach, those providing poor advice to POTUS are responsible for bloodshed. This war is imposed on both Americans and Iranians. Okay, one perspective. We will molest every American burger dog that comes to our lands. Get the lube ready, boys. Okay, that is that. You see, this is proper diplomacy. Okay, you go both ways. Mutual good take on that American soldiers. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah. "28 days later, the old man actor." Thank you. The old man guy. Today I'm Iranian with the level of smoke they be dropping. Okay, yes. It has to be a bad translation, right? No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Anyways, 1 hour has dropped. How about I remind you that you should molest the fuck out of the subscription button so that we can gamble later and so that we can enjoy the stream and fund this project and other projects and so on, okay? Treat the subscription button the way the IRGC will treat the deployed American troops. Bomb the shit out of it. Oh my God, this is incredible. Wait. My autistic son is calmer as Iran's missiles fall on Israel. I'm trying to learn from him. Retweet. I'm just retweeting that. Maybe this is good practice for me to experience firsthand how my son feels in normal times. I tell myself what I tell him in moments of crisis. We do our best, and together we'll try to round the sharp corners of life. in many places around the world, autistic people turn out to be incredibly talented in particular aspects of life, be it in their careers, be it in the arts, or be it in the sciences. We as a society should not only from the goodness of our hearts, but also because of the inherent utility, embrace our autistic friends, because if they embrace us, we will all grow together. Meanwhile, in Israel, man, the fucking autists got it fucking right, man. We gotta be more like the autistics when it comes to bombing, man. We gotta get used to the autistics, man. Fucking hey, the autistics really got that fucking bombing shit figured out, man. God damn, dude. How about you be more autistic with the bombing, man? Thank you, Random, very much for the 8 months. Thank you very, very much. Ay, ay, ay. I love my son surviving the bombing so good, he fucking low-key autistic, dude.
President Trump is calling on other countries to help secure safe passage of ships through the Strait.
Yo, random 2187, thank you for molesting my subscription button
of Hormuz. Trump specifically
my autistic son is Israel Chai.
called on China, France, the UK, and others to help. Shipping traffic has been at a virtual standstill in the Strait, caused gas prices to spike. In a new interview with MS Now, Iran's foreign minister disputed the claim that the Strait is closed. CNN correspondent Julia Benbrook has more.
This is a big area of focus right now, as roughly 20% of the world's oil travels through the Strait of Hormuz. And President Donald Trump has posted about this several times over the weekend. I want to pull up part of one of those posts for you now. In it, he said this: many countries, especially those who are affected by Iran's attempted closure of the Hormuz Strait, will be sending warships in conjunction with the United States of America to keep the strait open and safe. We have already destroyed 100% of Iran's military capability, but it's easy for them to send a drone or two, drop a mine, or deliver a close-range missile somewhere along or in this waterway, no matter how badly defeated they are. He added that he hopes, emphasis on hopes there, that China, France, South Korea, and the United Kingdom will be sending ships. In the meantime, he says that the United States will be bombing the shoreline. Now, in a separate post, he reiterated his calls for other countries to help secure shipping in the passage, adding that he believes this should have been a team effort all along, and now it will be. He said the United States will be helping with coordination to ensure that this is done quickly, smoothly, and well. And this comes as Americans are feeling a direct impact here, as there is a surge in gas prices. And while Trump has said he is confident those will eventually go down, this could be an attempt to ease some of those growing concerns. Iran's foreign minister has denied claims that the strait is completely closed, instead saying that they are blocking vessels with ties to the United States and Israel.
A week ago, President Trump told Keir Starmer that
we low-key have proof of this, especially when it comes to vessels that were supposed to go to the PRC.
He didn't need help from the British, especially coming in after the U.S., in his words, had already won. Fast forward to this weekend, where he's asking for help from China, France, Japan, South Korea, the UK, others as well, to continue passage through the Strait of Hormuz. Frame the reality that is confronting the president at this stage of the war.
Sure. I think his initial comments were related to the four objectives that were laid out in terms of what the Pentagon was trying to achieve from a military perspective, because there was a question about whether or not
the four objectives. You know what the four objectives are? Make sure they no longer talk about the Epstein files. Make sure that the instability of the economy is blamed on the Iranians bombing our oil fields and closing our gates of Hormuz. What is number three, chat? What is the number three? The number three is I won Vuvuzela 2 because Vuvuzela 1 was very satisfying. And what is the real reason for the war? Number 4, what is it? Circumcised. That's what it is. Circumcised ass behavior. and saying, yes, Tel Aviv, let's fucking go. Please no bomb them, Tel Aviv, because they're going to bomb Americans. Oh, no. Oh, Tel Aviv is going to bomb. Okay, now we're going to bomb because otherwise they're going to bomb us first. Those are the 4 reasons. Epstein files, blaming an unstable economy of a foreign evil brown enemy, being circumcised, and of course, number 4, how can we forget number 4?
We need to use the British base at Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean to be able to launch strategic bombers against Iran. And I think the Pentagon determined, obviously, now that it could do so without having to use that base. Now we're talking about a different mission set. So in addition to those 4 objectives that were laid out in terms of taking out the missiles, the missile launchers, the drones, the defense industrial base behind that, the Navy, and then potentially the nuclear program, which Cedric just spoke to in terms of what they're targeting, a new mission set has popped up, and that is the defense of the Straits of Hormuz to allow folks to be able to transit there commercial shipping-wise, because the Iranians have now adopted a strategy of trying to apply pressure on the U.S. administration to stop the war by jacking up the price of oil, basically, by making the straits virtually impossible to transit. They're physically open, but due to the threat of a potential attack, ships are not transiting at the moment. And so the U.S. is trying to build an international naval coalition, similar to what they did off the coast of Yemen when the Houthis were attacking during the last round of conflict.
Colonel, I want you to listen here to the Iranian Foreign Minister, Abbas Araghchi. He was on last evening. Let's watch.
I can say that the strait is not closed, but it is only closed to American, Israeli, ships and tankers, and not to others.
So he says it's open. Are countries, companies likely to test that assurance? I mean, consider President Pezeshkian said that the Iranians were sorry for attacking their Gulf neighbors and then continued hours later to attack them and still are. You think anybody's going to test that offer?
I don't think so, Victor. And I think, as Alex was alluding to, the basic thing is this, because the Iranians can't be trusted, shipping companies are not going to trust them. And that's the real dilemma for them here. They've got a whole bunch of ships on either side of the Strait of Hormuz, and those ships aren't moving except for very few exceptions because the Iranians are posing a threat. They probably, so far at least...
Okay, do that in reverse now. It's going to be the same thing when the Americans start guaranteeing safe passage. They guaranteed safe passage 2 weeks ago. They guaranteed safe passage 1 week ago. They are the ones that led to said instability. It is going to be incredibly difficult for anyone to guarantee safe passage through the Gate of Hormuz in the next fucking 5 years. And I'm saying that's if the war ends tomorrow. You think there's not going to be like 17,000 insurrectionist movements that are born out of an unstable or balkanized Iran, worst case scenario? Of course there will be. These are the types of very real economic precedents that are calculated by executives and corporate offices when it comes to the types of decisions they need to make with, in this case, the logistics of oil transport. Don't even get me started on how this will be massively milked by insurance companies, who will, of course, call this particular territory high risk and increase insurance yields on most of their clients, which will, of course, then translate into long-term, possibly forever increase in per barrel pricing. So what I'm trying to say is, Chauvinism News Network being like, man, nobody's going to trust the goddamn Iranians. Nobody's going to trust anybody when it comes to this particular strait, bro, for a very long time. For a very, very long time.
Not really mind the Strait of Hormuz. Maybe in a symbolic sense, they've done, they've deployed a few mines, but they have not done so en masse. And that, definitely leads to the conclusion that, yes, it's physically possible to possibly transit the strait, but it's very dangerous and there's a risk there that they're not willing to take.
Alex, what's your thought on what the president told NBC, that he's not ready to make a deal to end the war. The president says that Iran wants to make a deal, but he doesn't want to, quote, because the terms aren't good enough yet. Doesn't say what those terms are, but
the terms are what the American people will be able to swallow as a victory, so that we all have a fucking, patriotic masturbation sesh as we let the Iranians bury their dead. That's what it is. Or alternatively, he plays the long game and actually tries to fully destabilize Iran or do regime change, which at the current moment looks like a pretty bad decision, because I don't think he can run this for a long time. But hey, let's see. Best ending is, as things are looking now, the best ending is Trump and the Americans saying that they won and just pulling the fuck out.
Implied here is that there are terms offered, that there are talks, that there are some offers from the Iranians. Doesn't seem like there's.
I love how on CNN we discussed this war that was started during two-sided negotiations as a conflict that can be stopped through conversation. I love how we are continuously LARPing this non-existent entity, which is non-existent concept, which is negotiating with the Americans. Absolutely absurd. The war will end when the Americans decide that it should be over. There can be multiple reasons. It can be instability brought on by the one thing that Americans care about, which is prices. Instability brought about by the executive branch of the United States, aka Donald Trump, thinking that this is going to very negatively hit him on the polls. Okay? And number three, Iran capitulating, right? That's the three ways this fucking thing ends. It doesn't end based on well-argued diplomatic principles or perspectives.
Been anything since the talks before the opening of this war. What do you hear there from the president?
Well, I'm hearing from the president what I'm hearing from mediators in the region as well, where there's been several nation states that have attempted to mediate or pass messages in between.
You're wrong there, Hugo. Trump needs to feel it in his bones. God damn it, yes, brother. I mean, that's option number two. Like, he can positively feel like he won, and that's when he stops it. It goes both ways.
And so that part, as you just alluded to, yes, I mean, that's pretty common at this point in the war. And this actually all aligns with strategies on both sides, to be honest with you. So, it looks like there's several weeks of strikes left to complete the military mission on the U.S. side. And it becomes a question of is the will there to see the mission through and ensure that there's not a capability left inside of Iran that could strike back. And I think the president's made clear that the objectives that he's laid out are to make sure that Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon or the ability to get one at the end of this, to break out, so to speak, missiles and drones and that type of thing, which is a pretty robust.
Again, like this is LARPing. This is LARPing analysis. This is WMD part 755. This is destroying Hamas part 7,087. We give you a goal that we can say has been achieved whenever we fucking say it, or can say that is not achieved whenever we fucking say it, okay? If we want this goal to not be achieved in the next 10 years so that we can fight the war, that's what we can do. If we want to stop the war, we can simply tell you that the goal has been achieved, and then we will fucking stop. This is, I mean, come on, are we fucking 12 here? God damn it.
Mission. It's a very, very big industrial base that has to be targeted in order to sort of take that out.
Killing
and
Saddam,
for the Iranians,
blah, blah,
they're
blah.
acting from a position of existential threat. They believe that the regime is at threat, and so they're doing everything they can to try to ensure that this doesn't end in an unconditional surrender. They want a conditional ceasefire on their terms. So I think at this point, you almost have to see the Straits mission through and open that up and not allow the Iranians to choke it off, or that's going to become a strategic choke point and means of deterrence in the future. And that'll hold the global economy basically at risk whenever the Iranians want to. And that's something that simply can't stand.
How do you see this playing out from where?
The Iranians holding the economy at gunpoint simply cannot stand. There is only one that can hold that proverbial gun.
Where we sit.
And he is circumcised, white, and American-style fat and orange.
Today.
He is white and orange at the same time. I did a Cheeto joke. I am so basado. Holy shit.
Hey.
The president doesn't yet know how to get the Straits.
The danger the circumcised whites have on the world will be discussed for many a millennia.
Reopened. As of right now, almost all of the...
Let's gamble, chat. Subscribe so we hit that fucking thing before the sub count starts going down and gamba becomes very impossible, okay? 3, 6.
Naval assets that the United States has in the Persian Gulf are being used to defend Gulf infrastructure, energy, desalination, and bases. And as a consequence, you can't defend the ships that are going through the straits or that are sitting there in the straits, which are right now basically sitting ducks if the Iranians choose to hit them. That's why President Trump is suddenly calling pretty urgently for every country around, including China. He's asking for other countries to send ships. And this, remember, the United States, when they launched this war, went with the Israelis. They weren't asking anyone else to be a part of it. They weren't getting anyone else a heads up.
It's going so well. The war is going so well. I love it. I love it when I don't know, want to kill the alligator in the neighborhood's sewer system. So I attack it by throwing half a ton of TNT into the sewage system. And then the sewage system explodes, and there's just shit flying everywhere. And then in a very cocky manner, very, very cocky, I tell everybody in the neighborhood that they are fucking pussies for not helping me out with fixing the sewage system, okay? How dare these weakling Asians and Europeans not assist the Americans in this problem that they themselves have definitely not caused, 100% definitely not in any way, shape, or form caused, okay? What did Gator do to you? Gator said that he's building nuclear missiles. I'm so tired, boss. Sorry for the parasocialism. I haven't been here in a moment. Did you give up on Zins? I just have these cigarettes from the other day. I'm just, need to do something with my hands. No, I zin. I still zin. I smoke when I drink. I zin. I smoke very little. These are Dunhills. Fucking Dunhill. They're not even mine. I was at a bar the other day and they fucking gave it for free. Man, that sounds like I'm talking to a cop. They're not even mine. I was in the bar. They gave it for free. Officer, they're not mine. I was in the bar. They gave it to me for free. Oh, suka. Oh, I've seen this. This is so funny. This is so funny.
Donald Trump. Est-ce que vous direz que, peut-être que le mot est un peu fort, que c'est un ami?
Ні, я так не можу сказати.
There's no translation.
У президентів є...
Zelensky jokes about his relationship with Donald Trump. Maybe with his age, he sees me as a son, but not his favorite one. That is like funny. That's kind of funny. It's funny. It's kind of funny, I have to say.
Hello, my name is Thomas Gant. Yep.
The fuck? I didn't play on that. Yeah, I saw this. Guys, can somebody give me context? I'm sorry that I'm jumping from topic to topic. But this guy's so fucking weird. A very weird fucking YouTube channel. At first, I was like, this is deep. Now I'm low-key going, this is fake deep. With all due respect, it's kind of fake deep. For now. Like, I watched a bunch of it. I'm like... You know how there's a thin line between edgy niche, super niche commentary that's niche because the person is just so informed about all angles and perspectives of a particular topic that one can look at a particular topic. And that's why they're niche. And then niche because you're trying hard, niche. Because you want to be original, niche, This guy is actually just a racist piece of shit. What the fuck? Okay, I didn't know that. DSA, what the fuck? It's giving Professor Yang. His weird TikTok videos are fun, though. No, I've watched some of his YouTube videos. They're fun, but it's like, cringe or not cringe. Write 1 in chat if cringe, 2 if not cringe, 3 if you don't know who this is. Come on, chat. Come on, be fast, baby. Be fast and sexy. 1 cringe, 2 not cringe, 3 I don't know who it is. 1 cringe, 2 not cringe, 3 I don't know who it is. 1 cringe, 2 not cringe, 3 I don't know who it is. Okay? A lot of 3s, mostly 3s, but we got 1s and 2s. We got a lot of cringe. Oh my God. Okay, a lot of 2s, not cringe. Okay. I'm seeing some civil wars on this topic. Okay. 4, obsessed with having the hottest steak. That is very cringe. Being obsessed with having the hottest steak is absurdly cringe. But hey, I don't know enough about this guy. I don't wanna. What is this? What does the Izat nuke mean? What am I watching? And I love how it's intentionally vague posting. I fucking hate vague posting. I'm sorry. You are not. It's not deep to vague post. It's not deep. It's not. You're not special when you're going with like, hey, I'm not going to explain what I'm talking about. I'm not going to give context, because if you don't have context, you're not upper West East New York side fucking cynical fucking tapped in to the wavelengths of the edgy fucking Upper East North Side motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, no, give context, explain things to people. Don't be that deep, dude. Don't be that deep, bro. Don't be that deep. He is a Holocaust. What the come on, now you're just trolling me, chat? What? Vague posting is either bait or just circle jerking. Vague posting most of the time is elitism. It's literally like, you don't know what we're talking about. You're not one of us, Now I'm just not trolling to be. Okay, now I feel like what the. Okay, now I don't know what is going on. Now I actually don't know what is going on.
Hello.
But I am nonetheless intrigued, okay?
My name is Thomas Gant. Yep, actually, that's my real name. Not actually Flesh Simulator. Now, you might look at me standing in front of you right here and have some questions. Namely, why are you telling us your name? Don't you want to keep that private? Well...
No, my question is, what the fuck is this video about?
I sure would have loved to do that. But, unfortunately,
Okay, so he got doxxed. Okay, thank you for not vague posting.
Very, very unlucky individual went on a doxing campaign against me after he tried to intimidate me, after being given by name, presumably by someone who knew me. To begin in media res, I was thrust into a position of either getting to show mercy against someone being irritating or vaporizing him instantly. I, of course, chose mercy.
Okay, bro. We're on YouTube, bro.
The problem, however, arose upon the display of a personality trait that will be of great relevance to the latter half of this video. The trait in question is mistaking mercy for weakness. You see, what was originally a conscious decision on my part to spare a mentally defective upper-middle-class fetal alcohol syndrome 27-year-old Maoist man-child from massive-scale social humiliation instead of just vaporizing him on the spot.
Why did you send me this, chat?
Was immediately...
I'm kind of enjoying it. You know, when somebody has a perfume that kind of stinks, but you kind of like it. You kind of keep smelling it, and you're like, fuck, that stinks so bad. Fuck, I want to smell it more. I'm kind of, okay.
Aid with actionable threats.
I was 3, now I am 1. Everybody's moving to 1. No, maybe it's based. I don't know. Maybe it's based. We're going to vaporwave movement. Let's go.
This is my family and countless Class 1 misdemeanors in the state of Virginia. You see, this is because he misunderstood the fact that I didn't to mean that I couldn't. And he thought...
Doxing is always bad, so I'm on his side that the guy who doxed him is bad. But you put your face on the internet. event, like it will 100% eventually happen. You think I enjoy having breathing issues wearing this motherfucker, looking like I'm literally insane? I don't enjoy it, but I guess that lowers the chances of me being doxxed and then eventually having to appear on screen covered in fake blood, which is me blaming the victim to an extent. But I mean, if you want to be anonymous, don't show your face on the internet. No, I stand by this. If you want to be anonymous, don't show your face on the internet. That does not mean that you should be doxxed. All I'm saying is that if you don't want to be doxxed, like, don't put your face on the internet. Is this a hot take? I don't think it's a hot take. Like, come on. This is not an ethical question. This is not a question about ethics. This is about, if you do not want to be doxxed, do not put your face on the internet. This is a purely pragmatic question. Okay, do the best you can to not get exposed, which is don't show your face. Right? I need more holes. And that's what your mom said, eh?
Oh shit, if you can't do it, then I'm going to go
make
after
yourself
him.
a peanut or something.
Going after my family is something for which mere obliteration will no longer suffice.
Okay, now we're going. Okay, oh my fucking God. No, I'm watching this whole video. Please leave right now. We're having some fun today. It's a fucking Sunday. Holy fucking shit. Oh my God. We'll go back to Iran coverage. Don't worry, but this is fucking incredible. Woo!
Well, I could.
Man, we were doing fucking, oh my God, online death threats. Holy shit. Anyway, speaking of death threats, how about you drop a nuclear fucking missile, okay? How about you drop a Dongfeng? How about you slice the throat? How about you bludgeon the subscribe button, which is below my screen? How about you take ultimate revenge out on the entire family of the subscription button by murdering not one of their family members, but 5 to 20 by gifting subs, okay? How about you support this show? Because I get to do more projects and I get to make this show better, and 10% goes to the producer, and we don't have ads, and you feel like an investor, and my mom is very proud of me, and we get to watch videos where we point at guys and laugh, and I can do jokes that I like doing because I owe nobody anything except my community, and I can be principled and hot take, and we can have the biggest international community on this entire platform. And I can make a custom mask, and we can gamba, and you can get 10% off on the program shop, and you get fucking cool ass emotes. Jesus, how many more pictures do you need? Chat is supposed to be purple right now. I gave you 12, 15. This is the nobody gives you as much as I give you, said the worst boyfriend red flags of all time when it comes to subscriptions than this motherfucker, okay? I spoil the shit out of you, and you spoil the shit out of me in return, you know? We're a relationship of two sugar mommies throwing shit at each other. Sound of silence! Western tax. We are 7 Western taxes away from reaching our weekly goal. You're telling me that out of 1,000 motherfuckers in here, there's not more than 3 rich Westerners. That's what you're telling me. Not more than 3 rich. Oh my God, sound of silence, another 10. Thank you very much. I love that sound of silence. You're telling me that Sound of Silence and 2 other people are the only 3, because that's the daily level that we reached. Okay, this one. The only 3 rich Westerners that I have in chat right now. The only 3 potential young executive investors in the Ugopnik coin before it becomes more expensive, before it inflates. I cannot believe that, okay? Jimmy, Chad, Billy, Bob, Philip. Okay, I'm looking at all of you. Hank. I know you're there with your programmer money. Hunter. I see you, Hunter. And yet you don't pay your taxes. Motherfucker. Fucking Phil. Thank you, Dreadneck. Thank you, Mother Nature showing off. Thank you, Terkas, for the 5, okay? Sergey, Alexei, Ilya, Maxim. I mean, I'm trying to scream at the Westerners. Daniel, god damn it. Brandon, if there is a Brandon here and you do not, if your name is Brandon and you do not drop 5 right now, leave. Leave. All Brandons, Brandon, if you get $1 million just by being born as Brandon, okay? That's like, oh, your name is Brandon. Here is $1 million. That's how privilege works. I don't make the rules. Thank you, Arxorcist. Welcome to the community. Thank you for the tier 1. Thank you, Filibuster. Philip, very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, keep subscribing. Let's get back to this video because I am actually fascinated to see where it goes. And I take back everything negative I said against this gentleman because I am scared. I am terrified what he could do to me. So I apologize. I sincerely do. Izvini, brate, ono.
Can't do.
Who's this guy again? I don't know. None of us do. Some people are saying he's an anti-Semite. Others say that he hates the left. Some say that he's a leftist. Some say that he's actually deep. Others say that he's actually cringe. He's a very divisive figure. For now, first 1 minute and 20 seconds, I want to blow my brains out, is my interpretation of his content. He is covered himself in red paint, and he is using epic, slay, destroy Reddit level comment words against the person that is apparently doxed him. So I'm between needle and a hard spot, or should I say I'm between I'm between immorality and cringe. So like if I make fun of his cringe, I'm automatically on the side of a person who doxes, which is not okay. But if I support him, then I am on the side of cringe. Rock in a hard place. Thank you, my friend. So yeah, it is a very bad place to be in shit. So let us sit here and try to consume it together. Deploy through analysis. Terkas, another 5. Thank you, Terkas. I'm counting you as a Western taxpayer. Terkas always pays their taxes. Absolute G momentum, okay? 24, 6 more Westerners. You can do it today, chat. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Make that shit go up. Let's gamble on this fine day. Okay, anyways. Guy covered in red talking about doxing on the internet. We refuse to touch grass. This is what happens when you refuse to touch grass. This is what happens when you refuse to touch grass. Only thing that I'm going to contextualize with this is like when somebody sent me this on the other screen, I opened the other ones. And I opened this. How to unlock girlfriend. So as a person that has a 5-year plus relationship and is going to get married next year, all the bits actually go towards my wedding. Tip number 1 to get girlfriend. Don't make a video like this. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3 and tip number 4. Tip number 5 is don't buy a mask and then stream with one. I am throwing rocks while masked in a glass house. We're playing cringe or based, exactly.
Do it.
Alhamdulillah, and congratulations. Thank you very much.
Now, going after my family is something for which mere obliteration will no longer suffice. While I could have squashed Noah like a bug there and then, I instead chose to act like a wounded antelope to draw out the vultures. And now it's time to begin to tear the wings off of them. This conflict has had some absolutely nasty blowback from Noah, completely exposing him in all of his, glory to the world. But the reason he persisted here is not that he really thought he could win, but rather that I think he was willing to martyr himself if it meant making it a Pyrrhic victory for me. He clearly has no sense of self or self-esteem, and as a result, the attacks on him are immaterial because what he sustained...
My guy, oh my God, why am I entangling myself in this? Just watch the screen while listening to this sentence.
...self if it meant making it a Pyrrhic victory for me. He clearly has no sense of self or self-esteem. And as a result, the attacks on him are immaterial because...
peek the link in title. Yeah, I saw it. Noah Strickler has cost Hassan Piker 10213 Izat. What the fuck? What the fuck does Hassan Piker have to do with this now? The fuck is his? I'm so confused. I touched too much grass. I have touched too many women to understand this in the last 10 years. Okay. Izat means respect in Urdu. Okay. So Noah Strickler has cost Hassan Piker 102,000 respect. What is that supposed to mean? Who is attacking Dr. Jihad? No, I can't believe that I'm making fun of this pure bait, and yet I'm biting into this bait and I'm sharing it to 1,000 people. So chat, we got to get to the, you guys are smarter than me. Please help me understand what the fuck I'm watching. For now, the context is, it is man who has been doxed. He does not like that other man. Apparently, man who doxed says that he is leftist man. This man is something like enlightened centrist guy. They are talking to each other on the internet screen and using words like, I will annihilate you, you filthy dog. It is very Reddit.
He sustains himself with...
Embrace not knowing. You're wiser than me, my friend.
Are ideals. Right? His leftist political views and social connections, his Maoist economic theory. I called my shot 3 days ago. I said that I was going to old boy you. Not like in the literal sense, I'm not making you commit incest, but in the abstract sense. I wanted to find a way to make you damage the only thing that you valued. I made certain that your senpai, Hassan's Twitch mod, King of Grill Pilled, a lovely Twitter community with the sole purpose of doxing and harassing people who aren't left-wing enough, frequent collaborator of Mike from PA, the 300-pound...
Mike from PA mentioned! Yo! What the fuck? What the fuck? I am experiencing such insane man character syndrome right now. I am opening a random fucking crazy guy on the internet, and he's talking about like people that I know and that are in my space, and I know I'm sharing this with 1,000 other people, but this is the most insatiable. You guys are probably experiencing main character syndrome right now as well. Because what the fuck? I thought we opened a random video that has nothing to do with internet leftists. And now he's like dropping names that all of you know about. So the lore and the plot thickens. What the hell are you on? Motherfucker. What hardcore main character syndrome experience right now? Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Why are we on? What the fuck? What the fuck, man?
Formerly alt-right, I made certain that your senpai, Hassan's Twitch mod...
Your senpai Hassan's Twitch mod. Which one? The Ozempic? No, not Ozempic. Oxy.
King of Grill Pilled, a lovely Twitter community with the sole purpose of doxing and harassing people who aren't left-wing enough. Frequent collaborator of Mike from PA. The 300-pound, formerly alt-right, e-girl sex blackmailer Jake Chinatown. Made sure he was aware of this drama. I made sure that you could take the lead early. I kept making increasingly empty threats while sitting on a bigger and bigger pile of your information. Now, why did I do this? Well,
a minor goal I have is to get into an online beef and be mentioned by name in a Why I Left the Left video. Oh, suka. Hey, brate, visivovo. Hey, jebote. Are Americans okay? Yo. I tuned in today to the Cover the News and we did for an hour and a half, and we'll go back to it. But then somebody sends me a link, and I'm watching whatever the fuck this is. Okay, so he was doxxed by a leftist, and that leftist is also in the Hassan space. So that means, I guess, the whole Hassan space is his enemy as well. Like if one of you in chat kills somebody's daughter, that father should find me and murder me. You know, that's how ethics works.
Because I wanted to demonstrate to the broader world what this specific little clique of communist homosexuals that you belong to do when they think they see someone who is vulnerable and who cannot fight back.
Okay, YouTube man.
And boy, oh boy, did you all deliver in spades. Why? What did I say earlier? Because they mistook mercy for weakness.
Jesus, mother of Reddit, okay, this guy's actually fucking insane.
These are people who intuitively cannot comprehend the idea of seeing someone who ostensibly used to be more powerful than they were, who's now vulnerable and helpless, and not ruthlessly tearing them apart. Not so big now, huh? Here's the problem. Just because I wasn't going hard as hell, full power, using every low blow possible, that...
Just because I wasn't going as full power as possible, using every low blow possible,
doesn't mean I wasn't able to. I have had everything on you this entire time. Let me put it this way. You know your old high school Twitter account, right? The one that you changed the name of the other night and then now deleted. That's the one that uses your Otter42 email. Oh yeah. I'm green screened into your childhood home right now. That's why it looks familiar. You picked a fight with me that I repeatedly warned you that you were not going to be able to win. I asked you a bunch of questions about your OPSEC hygiene. You thought you were going to own me with that copy pasta you kept trying to make into a meme. The copy pasta, for the record, described exactly how I found you. I made the mistake of giving you a half-measure response. I showed you mercy.
I love how, like, the word, like, okay, in this video, this is a battle between giants, right? And the worst thing that can happen is the other guy's address gets released. The way this man is talking is as if he is going to scalp the other guy's mother in front of him, skull fuck her, then cook her and make him eat it, right? That's the rhetoric he's using. But what the video is actually doing is, I will share your address and your full name. Aha! And that's it. That's it. That is the most Reddit thing I've ever seen. Okay. I am too Eastern European for this. Okay. I am far too Eastern European for this. Motherfucker be like, I will annihilate you. Shares address and name of enemy. I will annihilate. You're destroyed. If doxing is the most you can do to annihilate the other person, you're not very scary, friend. You are not very scary. Oh, God damn it, dude. Chat, subscribe so I make money off of this guy's video, because it's fucking hilarious. That's a funny bit. That is a funny bit. Like, me getting oiled the fuck up as we watch this, that is a 10 out of 10 bit. That is a 10 out of 10 bit.
Bet me that I couldn't figure out who you were, repeatedly, and I refused. You went around telling people, see, look, you can't actually do it, guys.
I will skin you with a rusty potato peeler. Orders pizza to your house. Fucking annihilation, brother. Guy who's never been... You're going to make him kill someone to prove he's worthy of you. No, I disavow. I disavow. I disavow. Press F to doubt, but also disavow.
Giving you a half-measure response. I showed you...
Come on, chat. I'm waiting. Fucking oil me up as we watch this video. We got to make the bit work. And the bit is you subscribing while we watch it. Come on. Come on. I'm waiting. Come on. I'm waiting. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
See. You bet me that I couldn't figure out who you were, repeatedly, and I refused. You went around telling people, see, look, you can't actually do it, guys. Like, he doesn't know how to. The correct response here would have been to immediately just air you out in full. But instead, I just posted this. A crop screenshot of your Letterboxd profile picture. to let you know the jig was up, without having to share your fucked up life and fetal alcohol syndrome face and just general depressingness with the world.
I might have found. I think I found it. You know, I've been searching for my entire life. You know, you get on the internet when you're very young, and very quickly, your basis point of what like scratches that very, very interesting funny bone intersection with your cringe bone. You know, very quickly you get to experience it, and then you push it to another level. You watch more cringe and more cringe and more cringe and more cringe, and at some point you think you've seen all types of cringe, right? So you don't wince at anything anymore. Do you remember last time you winced? I don't think I winced in like a year. I don't wince because I do this for a living, and you guys don't wince because you're here with me and we watch all types of shit, experience all types of shit, so we don't cringe. Like it's I forgot the feeling. I love the feeling, don't get me wrong. I'm a connoisseur of cringe. I spin it in a glass bottle, a crystal bottle, and I spill it on the ground, and then I smell it and I enjoy it. But I haven't had it in a long time, you know. I've traveled the world and experienced all the best wines. I've tasted all the wines. So no wine could satisfy me anymore. And now, all of a sudden, I am driving through the fields of Romania and I see a house to the side. A random local villager runs it, and he has a beautiful vineyard. I walk in hoping just to get pissed drunk with the gentleman. But turns out he has a grape I have never tasted before in the last 50 years of my life. I have finally tried a new type of wine, and the grape looks like this. This, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, is magnum opus shit. I hope this guy's doing it ironically. This is magnum opus of Kringe. This is incredible. This is fantastic. It's just I don't, sorry, like I am enjoying this. I must say, this is just wow. Thank you, Mycelium, very much for a subscription. I haven't seen anything this cringe since my time as an atheist YouTuber. Noah Stickler has cost a Sandpiker 67 Izat. 67 likes. Irrefutable evidence. So this guy made an account where he's like, whoa. Maoist landlord. Or whatever the I'm so confused. I don't. That's the account the video is about. That's the guy that he's beefing with. Okay, so the Maoist landlord is the enemy. Noah Stickler has cost a Sandpiker 67. Is that? He didn't post context. Dude, you gotta give us context, dude. I don't understand what is going on. We need context. I did, though. What did you do? Where did you give me context? That's the guy that he's beefing with. Okay, but why is the guy that he's beefing with not giving us context? The guy links a website that counts the number of visits as an own on Hassan. What the fuck does it have to do with Hassan? It's incredible. No. Please do not hate on this. Please, I hate when you guys, when you don't understand a piece of art and you de facto hate on it. Okay, this is a new type of experience that you haven't felt before. It's very fascinating. So Netanyahu is now claiming he's alive. When was that man ever told the truth about anything? Yeah, it's funny. If you're mentally insane, Hassan becomes your op immediately. God damn it, dude. This is just what.
I fully expected it to quietly end there. Instead, you know what you did? You immediately went on the offensive. You started posting my full legal name, whatever, that's out there. You started posting pictures of my family members that you pulled off of their Facebook pages. That's an issue. You threatened to send them a love letter.
Okay, that's insane. If that happened, that's insane. Don't do that. That's fucking insane.
Let me quote Blue Velvet back at you, Noah. You were fucked forever. I couldn't just lash out back at you. You're immune to shame.
But okay, but if the only thing you're gonna do is dox him back, like what the stop hyping it as if you're gonna blow up his house, and you're just doxing.
The only way to destroy you was to get you to damage the only thing that you cared about. I told you I was going to old boy you, Noah. No tears. I have built a monument to your failures. It is the website in the description of this video. Allow me to explain the premise.
But the website is just... The website is just this. Name-dropping Hassan Piker for some fucking reason, and that's it. How this says 11,000 likes, 11,000 virgin-ass cucks, dude. It's insane.
It's just a simple click-through counter. If this video made you...
But maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe this video is actually going to be incredibly impressive. I mean, this video is impressive in its scale of cringe, okay? This is the Tsar bomb of cringe. I have never tasted something as delicious when it comes to the cringe wine variety.
Like Hassan and his orbiters and this general community less than you did before. Click the link. It will subtract 1 izot from Hassan Piker, and it will let everyone know who did it. As this number increases, you get to see in real time the number of people that you have turned away from your own movement. And now, I don't need to do the green screen thing anymore, so I'm gonna go...
Turned away from your own movement, okay. He is owning him by creating a website that people will click on, and people that click on that link are showing the world that they are no longer leftists. I will own you by creating a website on which people will click, and when they click, the number will increase, and that number will show the amount of people that used to be leftists that are no longer leftists. And instead of leftist, I will indefinitely, in no clickbaity manner, in order to fucking funnel viewership, call that Hassan Piker. This is the dumbest video I've ever seen in my life. This guy is a fucking monkey. Like, holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. No, let's keep watching.
Wash all this fucking shit off my face. Okay, whew, that feels... Funny stuff aside, so have you ever...
Chad, I'm an ex-leftist now. Oh my God, my dick is smaller now. Holy fucking shit. Oh, I just received a message from my girlfriend. She is no longer dating me. Ooh, my need to lick boss boots. I love boss boots. I love licking the boss boots. Oh my God. Incredible need to have incredibly homoerotic relationship to homophobic men. What's next? What's my next thing? My whole identity revolves around the fact that I play video games. And if that's not, it's about LARPing the military, even though I was never in it. I'm going to buy so many guns. What's the next one? Oh my God, my relationship to my father and my mother, it is destabilizing. Oh my God, oh no, oh no, whoa, fucking hate you, Dad. What's the next one? Sorry, I left the movement. I'm Izat or whatever the fuck. Oh no, my foreskin, it is disappearing. I must love Israel. I must serve Israel right now. My God. That link did all of that to me, by the way. I've never seen a more Reddited out person in my entire life. This is actually fascinating. Not as fascinating as hitting the second tower, also known as the second hour here on Ugopnik Twitch. Motherfucker, I want you to pull out your glasses. Okay? Pull out your glasses. I know you can't see a lot. Okay? And then I want you to go on your phone, better on your desktop, and I want you to... what does it say here, Sonny? It says subscription button, and I want you to click it. Then I want you to take your your debit card and be like, numbers. Let me put them in, Sonny. This very interesting young gentleman from the Balkans up there, he really does some communist commentary on a guy that, and he survived an attack, an affront against him by a guy who sent him a link to a website. He opened the website and he still remained a communist. So I must send him my hard-earned pension dollars, okay? That is what your grandmother would do if she was here. And of course, you are younger than your grandmother. You're more based than your grandmother, so you should do the same. This show has no ads. This show has no sponsors. This show has the biggest international community on this platform. And this show, even with a fucking mask on, is 10 times more cringe, and less principled and less intelligent than these reactionary chuds from all over the place. So pay your taxes, support the show. You get so many fucking benefits. I will reinvest in the show. 10% of everything you give me goes to Cuphead, who is our lovely producer. Let's make number go up because high number is pretty and stuff. Propaganda Dolfini, thank you. You sold me. Thank you very much. Your socialist aunt, thank you very much for the gift. Knife emoji, thank you. A tactic, thank you. Especially, there's 1,000 of us here and you're telling me only 4 Westerners. Only 4 Westerners in this chat. Okay? I'm sure there's a lot of Timothys in here. I'm sure there's a lot of Hunters in here. Rich-ass, Western, white-ass names that haven't paid their taxes but have a lot of money. So if you feel recognized, please do consider paying your taxes and oiling me up. Thank you, Sniffled Ideology, for the 5. Thank you very much. I'm Canadian, still Western, my friend. Hi, Tucker. I'm Todd. Hi, Todd. I'm Tucker. Are you looking for another video to watch? No, I have to watch this. I have to watch this because I'm no longer a leftist. I didn't misinterpret that, right? I did. Keep subscribing. Paint the chat purple. I didn't misinterpret that, right? He said what I thought he said. He said, "I will own you," because there's a link down there, and everybody who clicks that link no longer supports your cause. Right? That's what he said, right? Let's just play that back. Like that's what he said, right? Let's hear that again.
It made you like Hassan and his orbiters and the premise. It's just a simple click-through counter. If this video made you like Hassan and his orbiters and this general community less than you did before, click the link. It will subtract 1 Izot from...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. There... no, I can't. This is so good. 67 Izot. Z Geeker. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the 5. The guy's like, there's 100,000 Hassan fans that no longer like communism. There's 100,000 people that watched my video where I covered myself in period blood and and talked in an incredibly incoherent way into the camera. And they said, yo, this ideology that I follow, I must stop now. This is what turns me away from the eternal science of Marxism. The period guy. With very small fingers. I just noticed. Holy mother of God. Damn, they're fucking short. But, like, how do you come up with this? How do you... I love that we're experiencing this live. Nobody knew what this video is about. I will own you. Let me just say this for a final time. I will own you by creating a website, and everybody that clicks on that website says that they're no longer a leftist because of you. So I am showing you how you are destroying your own movement. Oh, and by the way, it's not because I want to clickbait and I want to make more money from this video. Definitely, that's not the reason. Definitely, instead of leftist or socialist or Maoist or communist or whatever, I will write Hassan Piker on the website. This is the king of Reddit. We have found him. Somebody please make a crown out of fedoras and deliver it to this gentleman because he has won the game. He has won the game. If there are, like, you know, wines stuck at the bottom of the sea from 1882 that are, you know, now found during excavations, that they've finally aged, you know, underneath the deep ocean tides, okay? If that type of wine exists that is so exquisite, he is that level of exquisite cringe. Congratulations, my king. Congratulations.
Increases, you get to see in real time the number of people that you have turned away from your own movement. And now, I don't need to do the green screen thing anymore, so I'm gonna go wash all this fucking shit off my face. Okay, whew, that feels much better. Funny stuff aside, so have you ever wondered how so many people can have the seemingly impossible and nonsensical sounding experience of switching from left wing to right wing without really changing any of their positions or their beliefs? Well, there's a mechanism for that, all right? You know that. We all do. It keeps happening to people. The bigger question, though, is how. And a lot of people act like it's really because they stayed the same and the left simply got more radical. In my opinion, however, this isn't really quite what's happening. It has...
Oh, tell us. Brilliant, deep desert philosopher, mate.
More to do with people's changing understandings of group cohesion, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of a basic principle of pop psychology.
Basic principle of pop psychology. Okay. Come on, okay.
A phenomenon that's pretty self-evidently a thing, but is...
Pretty self-evidently a thing, okay.
Remarkably hard to empirically prove.
Oh, remarkably hard to empirically prove. Oh my God. All the Reddit words, okay.
You know, freakonomic, whatever.
Freakonomic, whatever. Oh my... No, I'm gonna stop the stream, man. Z-Geeker, thank you for the 5, man. Thank you for the taxes.
Most common lines of attack towards an out-group typically are more applicable to the in-group. So whether this is due to subconscious projection or some sort of fast inverse square evil floating point bit hack, the part reveals the whole type of recursive reveal of their own worldview remains to be seen, but this isn't really relevant to the point of this. So in other words...
So why did you talk about the very basic concept of seeing inadequacies in your group that you project on the other group, okay?
The right...
Okay, thank you. He was like, man, let me just go on a rant about how projection works in group dynamics. I'm going to sound smart to the ladies.
Wing smears the left as oversensitive, moralizing, scared pussies. The left wing smears the right as these stupid, brutish liars with no ability to understand the perspectives of others who don't care if they make the world worse as long as they get what they want. We can see why this is funny. Now, while I'll leave the obvious self-report from the right for...
Thank you for creating a thesis of the right and the left. No, I'll defend the right here. That is based on nothing except your take on how right-wingers see leftists and leftists see right-wingers. This is, he's like, oh, this is self-evident, and then just gives opinion. No, like more complex right-wing analysis where, they believe that hierarchy is inherently natural and the strong deserve to inherit the earth, or the leftist analysis that sees that, all conflict comes from class dynamics and want to, basically stop this repeat by destroying class society and hierarchy as a concept. No, it's the right things. We're sissies and we think they're dumb. The right thinks we're sissies and we think they're dumb. That's the divide. That's the divide between the right and the left. Not a greater belief in metaphysical superiority of the bigger wolf over the weaker, or the enlightened perspective towards a species that traverses the stars once it's abandoned the need for commodity consumption or internal species competition. You see those two. One is a fascist perspective, one is a socialist perspective. I can't believe I'm making the fascist perspective sound pretty. I apologize for that. But you see, like even me, who has dedicated a part of his life to fighting said fascists, can give a better pitch on what they actually represent. But no, apparently it's we think they're dumb and they think we're sissies. Thank you, Palmer, you beautiful cunt. Been a while, Brad. Very nice to see you, Brad. I inspected the HTML on the website and it's extremely stupid. It counts up every time the page gets refreshed, so the number displayed is clearly botted. It's insane. No, and he puts it in immediately. Like I opened it 5 times. If he wants it to properly count, number one, it's impossible. If he wants it to properly count, he needs to establish the intention behind the click. So he needs to say a code in the video. So when somebody clicks the link, they have heard the context of what it means to click on the link, and they will have the code. So when they write the code, that means that they are saying, I have left the left. Okay? But also that is impossible because there is no way for him to filter whether people that have considered themselves leftists have clicked the link or not. Like everybody can click the link. Not people that consider themselves leftists, people that still consider themselves leftists, right-wingers that never consider themselves leftists, apolitical people, etc. So this is an imbecile, cretin, bottom-feeding troglodytes. You see, I'm inspired by the video. I'm talking like him. He likes these Redditoid words. This is an imbecile, cretin, troglodytes idea of how you do a populace, a survey of people's opinions. Just the visitor counter, yeah. Oh, Lord Christ, I love it. Can't believe what the stream has devolved into.
A different video. The bit I want to dig into more is specifically the implication coming from the left's constant accusations of the other side lying.
Okay.
See,
let's hear it.
Genuinely, they cannot conceive of a group of people not treating the truth as malleable. Now, as a result, when they see something that they disagree with, the most obvious conclusion is, oh, look, see how much they're lying? So, modern socially progressive leftists lie.
No, we don't say that they lie. We say that they got their information. We say that they got their information from a different set of material conditions than ours, and that we need to help reset their material conditions so they come to a closer interpretation to ours, which is closer to the real understanding of the system that we find ourselves in. And Holy Mother of God, speaking of real systems, yeah. Holy shit, dude. A Kinkle Prince. Why did you do that, man? Why did you do that, man? Why do you have to be a dick? Why do you have to be a dick? And by dick, I mean a huge hog. Thank you very much for the 27. We have entered the Gamba moment. The Gamba moment has been entered. I can finally swipe away for a second from this fucking mug. Okay? Thanks to the big man, a king called Prince. Move away from my screen. You have entered Gamba mode, the only place in the world where we can do ethical Gamba, and the only place on Twitch that somehow manages to do it without breaking TOS. How does it work? Whenever you gift 5 subs or more for the rest of today's stream, you can spin the Wheel of Fortune and potentially double your winnings. But you might ask, where does the money come from that buys the other ones? From the pocket of the worst class of people on planet Earth. Okay, second worst after gamers, streamers. Okay, so you win. I have to pay my own money to buy the same number of subs. So, a king called Prince, would you like to bet? A king called Prince wants to bet what? All on one? All on one? Are we sure? One of our biggest VIPs here in this lovely socialist casino of ours, where it goes from each according to their ability to each according to their need. One of the greatest communist, Bolshevik, evil, degenerate gamblers is a king called Prince. A king called Prince always likes to play it very dangerously. A king called Prince is putting it all on one. A repeat for everybody here that you can usually bet red or black or even or odd, but you can also be insane and bet everything on a number. So, as the casino that wants to support our VIP gamblers, I will say that if it does roll on one, we will not only double, but we will triple your winnings. And we are spinning for Mr. King Cold Prince, and we are spinning for a 3x. For a 3x on one, I repeat, a 3x on one.
8.
Oh my god, that was son of a bitch. Fuck. Okay. My heart literally almost exploded. Congratulations to a King Cold Prince for a well-played game. Be like King Cold Prince and try to defeat you, Gopnik, in his own casino. For now, I am winning 1-0. Wait, 27-0. I'm going to count them as actual, like, subs. I'm not going to count them as rolls. Going for 3x is wild, though. Yeah, I'm a fucking psychopath. Loki almost got a heart attack. Anyways, let's go back to the period guy. Let's go back to the guy that is destroying the modern left by making them click links.
They lie, the other side lying. See, genuinely.
So, okay, the argument is the left keeps saying that the other side lies. Okay, interesting. So does every political movement ever. You want me to speed run this? I'll just speed run this. Thank you one more time, a King Cold Prince, for playing. For the rest of the stream, you can all play exclamation point Gamba if you want to see the rules. Okay, let me speed run this. Can I speed run this? Okay, let's. You click, you die.
You cannot conceive of a group of people not treating the truth as malleable.
No, we treat the truth as malleable. What the fuck are you talking about? We literally believe that truth is inherently subjective, and the way you look at the world is almost completely dependent on your material conditions and the information that you have previously processed, aka your experience. Hell, the left is sometimes known for being exceptionally radical to such an extent where we don't even believe in such a thing as human nature whatsoever. We believe that humans can literally go from a range through a range that is so contrasting that if you take a human and you raise him in one particular set of conditions and then another one in a completely different set of conditions, they low-key become almost different species when it comes to their interpretation of the world. So no, we think that truth is exceptionally malleable. Let me speed run this. Can I speed run this?
Now, as a result, when they see something that they disagree with, the most obvious conclusion is, oh, look, see how much they're lying?
No, very often we think that they're coming from their own lived experience, which does not allow them to properly analyze a particular situation. That's it.
So, modern socially progressive leftists lie. They lie a lot.
Sure, we lie. Yes, everybody lies.
This is by necessity. You see,
everybody lies a lot. You do not own the leftists by saying that leftists also lie. Yes, we lie.
Contrary to prior communist movements, which were primarily fairly socially right-wing, the modern socially progressive left is significant.
They were not. They were for the context of their time. They were not fairly socially right wing. No, for the context of their time, they were very progressive, even socially, even though they had their own massive problems. So you're comparing Stalin's Soviet Union to Los Angeles when it comes to social progressivism. It's a very fascinating thing to do because it's fucking stupid. Okay.
Less concerned with economic policy and much more concerned with the goals of its constituent identity groups.
You are describing liberals. Next. That's it. That's the fleshlight guy. My God, you have no idea. This has been an incredible experience. So just to give Fred a context, this guy was doxxed by some guy who calls himself a leftist. So now he is waging war against that guy by saying that people will leave the left because they will realize just how insane the left is because of his experience with that guy. So he created a link, and if you click that link, you are saying that you are a leftist that has left the left because of what he just experienced. But instead of saying leftist, he writes Hassan Piker on the screen. Yes, I'm thinking you're a subscriber. Like, play back Freda and listen back to what I just said, because that's the video. That's the video. That is the video. That is the video. That is the video. That's awesome, right? That's fucking incredible. Dude, we're making one on this guy. I swear to God. We're making one on this guy. Oh, God. Oh, sorry. Let's speed run.
A lot of these groups, at least the left-aligned subsets, have something that you cannot...
Oh, yeah. What did I say? Oh, yeah. Those are liberals. People that completely ignore class analysis and only concentrate on social issues are liberals. The main criticism against liberals, true intersectional liberal, by leftists, true intersectional leftists, is that we understand that almost every social cause can be co-opted by capitalism in order to extract maximum either labor value or just, fucking currency out of everyone, and capital out of everyone. Currency, capital are different things, often. That is why we incorporate both social analysis and class analysis, because we understand that both underpin each other. We call it intersectionalism, and that is the main difference between a socialist and a liberal. Socialist always underpins all of his analysis with class analysis and, more importantly, systemic analysis. Next.
Bring up, all right, issues that they feel are either so intractable or so optically bad that the only solution is suppression of any discussion. Because of this, there is a massive taboo on acknowledging certain realities, even if relevant to the discussion at hand. Like what realities? Well, a good sort of heuristic for this is if you ask ChatGPT and it freaks out and lectures.
Which one? I don't know. Let's speed run them. Israel is a Jewish supremacist state, and they treat Judaism both ethnically and religiously as superior to all others, but that is not a picture that should paint all Jews as such. Yes. What's the other controversial thing? Black people stupid? No. Yeah, we disagree on that one probably. What's the other controversial thing? Abortion, murder? Nah, I don't give a shit. What's I don't know. Probably something about trans people. Actually gotta hear it. I don't know. I don't know.
You and won't give you a clear answer.
I'm guessing it's gonna go either the Jew path or black people path. That's the uncomfortable truths, okay? Or what is a woman? Oh my God, that one is phenomenal.
Probably on the right track. Now, if I must get explicit with it, the sexual abuse rates of children by homosexual men.
Fucking legendary, dude. How does this have only 500 dislikes? By the way. Uncomfortable truth? No, just not true. Exceptionally weak rage bait. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. He's going the Milo Yiannopoulos way. Welcome back, Ronald Reagan.
Anything regarding race and IQ.
Okay, so due to highly entrenched homophobia in modern societies, usually caused by patriarchal norms, there are, on average, often higher rates of abuse against males who happen to be closeted homosexuals, which then leads to the churning rate of abuse by one over another. There is no direct data that contextualizes this, nor is there data that shows that on average gay dudes abuse more. But there is direct correlation, usually in most societies, between not only sexual but social categories that are very ostracized, that then search for, sexual pleasure in places in which they think they will not be caught, and that sometimes is done upon children because that's where they think it's less likely to happen, blah, blah, blah. This is usually the type of pitch that they do, but they ignore everything else. The pitch is usually the pitch is usually somebody that was abused and then abused someone else, and then they take them to therapists, and turns out that the person that was abused, whenever they're straight, like nobody writes that down. Whenever they post-abuse and post-abusing, when they're in prison, etc., when they say that they're gay, like everybody dots it down. But it's just a non-conversation because you cannot calculate this. That's number one. Number two. Okay, that's number one. And what was number two? Number two. If homosexual men abuse the most, that also should imply in that argument that men abuse the most. And I doubt he would love to make that argument about how that there is something inherently abusive in the male biome that leads to higher level of abuse, etc. And race and IQ, do I even need to do this? Material conditions, aka access to education, free time, leisure, etc., increase your average ability to perform intellectually, and therefore, no matter what kind of standardized test we take, people who are on average poorer are on average going to get a lower score. Who are some of the poorest people in the United States? Of course, not whites. Therefore, the poorer people that happen to be poorer because of economic discrimination that has existed in the United States for centuries, they will have access to worsened material conditions, and therefore, guess what? They will perform a little bit better on these already very problematic standardized tests. So there you go. Both points mute and fucking insane.
Asking why so frequently gay couples only adopt boys. The fact that...
Okay, why is that?
In the city of Washington, D.C., 97%.
Why is that a question? Why is that controversial? Are you trying to say that gay couples are sexist? Gay couples be like, I don't want no goddamn bitch in the house. I know that he's implying that they want to rape the child, but then you go like, fucking gays hate the women. Fucking eternal civil war between the gays and the lesbians. The lesbians and the gays must fight to the death. Oh my God.
Homicides.
Still the doxing video? You have no idea. He's gone full racist and many other things. It's incredible. This is the best video I've ever watched. This is objectively the best video that I've ever watched. And by the way, I think this guy was low-key platformed by some like podcast guys a few times, which I found very fucking weird, and now I'm finding exceptionally fucking weird. You should look into that.
Anything regarding race and IQ. Asking why so frequently gay couples only adopt boys. The fact that in the city of Washington, D.C., 97% of homicides are committed by black people. Questioning the motives of the trans community, love bombing 14-year-old autists and trying to get them on HRT.
Okay, I thought I can speed run this, but I can already speed run this, and I know he's going to say that is a cheap cop-out, but the speed run is you're a fucking Nazi, yeah.
As soon as possible to make them hot. The widespread Somali fraud, crime rates of African immigrants, Muslim refugee rape rates, UK rape gangs, affirmative action and DEI hiring practices leading to incompetent. The fact that the two-spirit identity was created in 1990 by a homosexual white pedophile, not an indigenous American. You get the point. These are all concrete, real things. They're factually, objectively real things. But most of these are also things without a clear solution, and as a result, there is a massive social taboo about acknowledging their...
Almost all of them have a clear solution. You want to raise average standardized testing. Let's say, okay, this is what we really live for. Raise average living conditions of everyone. You want, let's imagine that gay dudes like abusing children more. You lower those abuses by not abusing gay people in turn, okay? Which will then lower the abuse rates. You, what was it? I can't go through all of them. The exercise I'm doing is I am believing what he is saying, and then even in a world where what he is saying is correct, there would be solutions to it. So let's do that exercise.
Regarding race and IQ. Asking why so frequently gay couples only adopt boys.
Yes, we should do more to fight against why gay dudes hate women. Okay, yes.
The fact that in the city of Washington, D.C., 97% of homicides are committed by black people. Questioning the motives of the trans community, love bombing 14-year-old autists and trying to get them on HRT as soon as possible to make them hot. The widespread Somali fraud, crime rates of African immigrants.
I love the Somali fraud thing that we're just like accepting from a YouTube video.
Muslim refugee rape rates, UK rape gangs, affirmative act.
Muslim refugee rape rates, UK rape gangs. This guy's a fucking troglodyte, mate. Like, it's not even like smart bigotry. It's not even like he's trying to do the centrism thing.
Action and DEI hiring practices leading to incompetent. The fact that the two-spirit identity was created in 1990.
This is just the Jordan Peterson, but like never got laid. That's it. Jordan Peterson with no degree and never got laid. And I love how he drops in like white guy that said he has two-spirit thing.
By a homosexual white pedophile, not an indigenous American. You get the point. These are all concrete, real...
Jordan Peterson, but he's still on the benzos.
...things. They're factually, objectively real things. But most of these are also things without a clear solution, and as a result, there is a massive social taboo.
If all of those things were real, there would be a clear solution to every single one of them. Okay? Let's say that the Islamic religion causes you to rape. How do we make people less religious? We increase their material conditions. They don't go towards idealism and metaphysics as much as before, and therefore they will no longer follow the rape religion. Like, even if we believe in every single one of these things that he's saying, out of which 100% of them are incorrect, maybe about this white guy with spirit identity, I don't know about that though, we could make a solution to this. Do you understand? All of these things, if they were real, we could find a solution for. Leftists do not stay away from these questions because we don't think they're solvable and therefore are taboo. We stay away from these questions because these are not real questions. You're living in an alternate reality. This is not what is happening. You're a schizophrenic. You need help or an elbow. Usually they come together.
About acknowledging their existence at all. The way these are treated is to dismiss any mention of them with a, wow, I cannot believe you are talking about that. And for a while it sort of worked, all right? These topics have largely been kept...
No. Have you opened YouTube? Every single topic that you're talking about has at least 15 video essayists that have made videos debunking it from a leftist perspective. This pitch that we do not talk about any of these issues is insane. Half of my videos are on these fucking topics. Even if it's problematic labels, why does he care about this? Because apparently us on the left, we immediately reject somebody from our space because they bring up conversations and topics that cannot be explained through a leftist worldview, which, number one, is incorrect. We do not do this. Number two, we do address these points 24/7 because they're insane propagandist points. And number three, we don't treat you seriously when you bring them up because we know they are not serious points. Am I supposed to have to debunk every crazy motherfucker that tells me that there's fluoride in the water that makes the fucking frogs gay? I don't think so. Even though, funnily enough, there's probably a leftist that was so bored that he did it.
Outside of the over.
Speaking of brain rot, we have hit the second hour and 30 minutes. You see what I do to myself for you guys. I think I deserve subscriptions. If you're new here, $5, $6, $4, free through Prime. Join my sect, not that guy's sect. If you want to pay your taxes, there's only 5 Westerners here that have paid their taxes. We are gambaing, so any 5 gift subs plus, we can play some roulette, okay? I want this guy, when somebody sends me clips of me, when he watches me and shakes, and it's like, I'm going to mess this guy up, come to my house, baby boy. I don't think he'll survive an hour outside of the fucking airport, but whatever. I want him to be like, oh my God, he's not taking me seriously. They're also spinning the wheel. They're spinning the wheel. So yes, you get to double your subs by gifting them now while we are gambling, and we can spin the wheel. It's much less brain rot than watching that guy. Let's go, Steel Grab with the 5. Mr. Steel Grab enters the casino. What are we putting our money on? Thank you, Ziggy, for the Prime. Thank you, Joshua, for the 1. Steel Grab, Gamba, what are you putting your money on, sir? Black or red or even or odd? Okay. Do you want to put it on the... let it ride. Odd. The gentleman puts everything on odd. We have 5 on odd, and we are spinning for our friend.
30. Red even.
Unfortunately, you have lost, but that does not mean that you cannot catch up. Ugopnik now officially destroying chat with 32-0 for Ugopnik. Some would say this is a setup. Some would say that the house always win. And I will respond with, I never win because I am watching this guy for you. So I have lost eternally. And also, have you seen my previous streams? I lose like crazy. Abortion Now, thank you for the 25 months. Abortion Now from the beginning here. Abortion Now, you probably love this guy. You love this guy. You should have visited this month. Okay, I'm not gonna. Oh no, this guy is incredible. I saw we watched some CIA videos of this guy, and he was interesting. And then I saw a bunch of red flags, and I rage quit midway through during one stream. But I did not know he's this fucking lobotomized. He's literally completely lobotomized.
About that. And for a while it sort of worked, right? These topics have largely been kept out.
And that was probably the same thing that happened with our friends that run another podcast that probably saw him at first and was like, this guy is fun, but then after was like, not this guy's not fun.
Side of the Overton window of polite/professional discussion. But at the same time, people have eyes, even the people on the left. Everyone knows deep down exactly why they refuse to even entertain discussion of these things.
No, we entertain discussions of these things 24/7. We have entertained discussions about these things since the dawn of fucking time. Okay? Jesus Christ. Right? IQ and race, there's 7 trillion fucking videos on this. You don't like talking about race? Fucking Hakeem made a video about this 1 trillion fucking years ago. 6 years ago. Humans are not equal. The dishonest history of race. 6 fucking years ago. We don't want to talk about slurs, okay? Like organic hatred between people. Have you heard about a man called Yugopnik? I have went through the history of every slur ever of all time. Motherfucker. Like, I don't understand. Like, there's like 30 video essays on race and IQ. There's 150 video essays on gender identity. Fred, even I made a video on history of race as a concept. There you go.
And as such, adherence to repeating things that everyone...
Or Sean's 3-hour IQ video. Exactly. We have a 3-hour video on this.
Some degree knows are false, or at the very least there's a deep rabbit hole there, in the face of them being brought up by outsiders, is the most important social ritual of the modern socially progressive left. This is also why, if you question or even acknowledge any of these topics, they react like the aliens in They Live when they realize that Roddy Piper can see them. To everyone in the coalition...
Oh my god, incredible aliens reference, you nerdy-ass bitch boy. No, we don't. We just laugh at you. Because we've had that conversation like 700 times. And we can't believe that a 52-year-old man is still bringing these points up. That's why we wince and cringe and don't want to give you dick or pussy when we hear you bring up shit about like gay abuse and race and IQ. Because we've had this conversation a decade ago. You're not in the fucking group chat because we genuinely think you're just not there yet. We think you're more infantile than us. We are busy. We don't have time for you. We don't have time to explain shit to you. You're a grown-ass man. Either catch up or listen, or if you're not going to do either, we're going to make a separate group chat. Stop fucking whining about it. Motherfucking expects me to fucking explain to him why all his hot takes suck and wonders why we're not friends, which then makes him spiral further and further down into worse and worse hot takes. I do not like you, man. You cannot come and hang out. It's because you fucking you do it, but they don't want to hang out with me because they don't want to acknowledge the complex ideas of race and IQ. Complex and This guy has 500,000 subs. Yes, that is why YouTube is a shit sty. And most people, like, it has 500 dislikes, 11,000 likes. I started this by saying specifically what I said. I said, is this guy, like, this guy has always given me fake deep vibes. Like, fake deep on steroids. New York, cynical, white boy, middle-aged, lonely fucking yank that is doing fake intellectualism because he put like 12 filters on his video and intentionally like speed runs through his reading, where he thinks that the awkwardness in his voice is going to make him more relatable. Talks about Epstein and the CIA and torture and how to get a girlfriend. Pičku materinu, brate, ja s čime se bavim, jebote.
If you're willing to break on that thing, you're willing to break on...
But yes, TLDR, he's like, I don't like leftists because they don't want to talk about these topics, but leftists don't want to talk about these topics with you because they've already talked about them 700,000 times, and they're talking about far more complex things now, and you are not in the group chat because quite literally you are not as wise as the group chat, okay? They've moved on with their lives. You're still recording yourself in a room screaming about race and IQ. That's it. That's why you're not invited to the barbecue session. Jesus Christ, man.
Air thing And at that point, the only solution is for you to be destroyed. This is what I've been demonstrating to you for the past 3 days, or I guess allowing to have been demonstrated upon me. I'll say 2 pairs. What do these have in common?
We don't think you should be destroyed. We just think you shouldn't get in our way. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. He was homeschooled? Oh my God.
Common. It should be pretty easy. Pair 1, insects and airplanes. Pair 2, pair 1 for the past 3 days, or I guess allowing to have been demonstrated. At that point, the only solution is for you to be destroyed. This is what I've been demonstrating to you for the past 3 days, or I guess allowing to have been demonstrated upon me. I'll say 2 pairs. What do these have in common? It should be pretty easy. Pair 1, insects and airplanes. Pair 2, animals and trucks. Now, in case the answer wasn't obvious, pair 1 uses an exoskeleton, and pair 2 uses an endoskeleton.
How do you do a Reddit cleanse? How do you do a Reddit cleanse? I know how you do like a liver cleanse. I know how you do a kidney cleanse. I know how you like do a 3-day fast. You can do them half. You can do them just by not eating. If you consume enough water, like you piss a lot of that shit out. I think most cleanses work. I know it's unscientific, but hey, that's my reactionary hot take. How do you do a Reddit cleanse? Because I will need one for the next week. I don't think my dick is going to work for the next week. I have ingested so much fucking soy right now that like all the testosterone has left my fucking body, you know? I'm about to grow titties up in this bitch, man. I'm about to do a titty cam stream next time, like position it above my fucking huge bazonka-zonks, man. What the fuck do I do? I'm supposed to go interview his arch nemesis that he probably doesn't even know about, him fucking Hassan in 2 hours. What is it, in 2 hours? And then I'm supposed to start a new entire show tomorrow. And I'm supposed to be energized to do that. I'm supposed to be the opposite of fucking cringe. Supposed to be very normal. But now I got all this Redditor energy in me. I feel like wearing a double fedora and tipping the ladies, you know? You got force femmed by the video. Son isn't streaming today. Because he has a photo shoot and then he's... Then I'm going to talk to the cunt. He's got a smoke for Hassan because he is insane. Some other guy doxed him. So he made a link to a website where if you click on that website, you're saying you're no longer a leftist. Because a leftist doxed him, he now hates all leftists. And he made a website where if you click the link, you say you left the left. But instead of writing you left the left, he wrote like you are no longer a Hassan Piker fan or some shit. Yes, you heard me right. He made a link where you click it and you say I'm no longer leftist because of the doxing guy. That's the video. It's incredible. Let's power through this. This is peak content, Cuphead. You don't understand. This is what the stream is about, the fucking news. What does that even mean? What you heard me say. He means he is teaching the left a lesson by making them click a link and disavowing themselves.
I began to realize that the core misunderstanding for me was that I assumed that the most fundamental underlying principles of the movement, ostensibly things like egalitarianism, kindness, wanting to help others, mercy, were the load-bearing structure of the Brahmanianism. Obvious. Pair 1 uses an exoskeleton, and pair 2 uses an endoskeleton. I began to realize that the core misunderstanding for me was that I assumed that the most fundamental underlying principles of the movement, ostensibly things like egalitarianism, kindness, wanting to help others, mercy, were the load-bearing structure of the broader left coalition. Sure, there might be taboos and orthodoxy in a party line in the name of solidarity, blah, 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 but like the bones of an animal or the frame of a truck.
None of that. I mean, sure, those are some nice parts of our general movement, but our movement is underpinned by beliefs in superior models of efficiency, in the insanity of repeating history time and time again because of class dynamics, and most importantly, not wanting to get ripped the fuck off, okay? Sure, that comes with feelings of, feeling very nice because you're helping your fellow man, etc., etc. But the idea that we are some hippie-ass, egalitarian-ass motherfuckers is such a fucking joke, dude. We just believe in decucking our class. That's what we believe in. And that shit ain't done with kumbaya and singing and holding hands and being all egalitarian about that motherfucker.
These underlying beliefs would be the thing that can ultimately be...
Ha! I have defeated you with my witty takes in epistemology. Ho-ho! Do you not know, sir, that the similarity between an insect and an airplane is an exoskeleton, sir? Was that not obvious to you, madame?
Relied upon for strength.
No, madame. Do not talk to the leftist. He is simply trying to manipulate you. Here, I have a link for you. Click it, and you will de-leftistify yourself.
And cohesion when shit really hits the fan.
Ooh, so scary!
This is, as many of you may already know, a rather naive understanding. The load-bearing structure of the left is not a skeleton, nor is it a steel frame. The left is structured more like an airplane or an insect.
And this is my analysis that I whipped out of my ass, The left is not really a pyramid. It's a ball. It's very bouncy and soft, and it eats itself like the air of the ball pushes out those they do not see as worthy of being in the left, which allows other air to come in and solidify the ball. But eventually they will run out of air because of their continuous incestuous infighting. Ooh, look, you gave an allegory about the infighting of the left using a ball frame. He's so fucking brilliant. I love analysis like this, which is words. It's an exoskeleton.
This enforced solidarity on dozens of different pet issues and pain points functions as like the exoskeleton of a bug, containing its structureless goopy organs, like the exoskeleton of a bug, containing its structureless goopy organs. It functions as the carefully...
Okay, yeah, I love how he kept that. He was like, man, I'm going to be so goofy when I keep that. I'm going to show that I'm like human like you. I re-record my things.
The stressed aluminum skin of a jetliner. This impermeable barrier strong enough to withstand gale force winds, but still light.
Gale force winds. And
agile enough to fly.
Okay.
The danger with this, however, is that comparatively minor external damage is now a potential point of catastrophic compounding failure. Like a single crystal placed into a supersaturated solution. You see, if you pierce the side of a truck with a forklift tine, you don't even really need to fix it to keep driving the truck. If you poke a hole in the side of an airplane...
Wait, I'm sorry, I stopped listening. His pacing is absurd. Wait.
But still light and agile enough to fly. The danger with this, however, is that comparatively minor external damage is now a potential point of catastrophic compounding failure. Like a single crystal placed into a supersaturated solution. You see, if you pierce the side of a truck with a forklift tine, you don't even really need to fix it to keep driving the truck. If you poke a hole in the side of an airplane, you need to rebuild the airplane. Completely. And now, I spent a decent amount of time being very confused by the refrain of, oh, so just because people are being assholes to you and harassing you constantly and lying about you, you're just going to change your core beliefs, huh? Because to my mind, nothing whatsoever changed about my core beliefs. I simply lost patience and inclination to play along with the face-saving lies of people who were trying to, get me to relapse, calling my sponsors and getting them to drop me as a client, calling the employers my family members, trying to get them fired, accusing me of being a pedophile.
Getting me to relapse, but yeah. Nah, I gotta fucking work later.
Just completely baselessly. Which is also very, very, very funny, considering,
Что мы смотрим? Американский олигофренов.
how our boy Chinatown Jake got his start learning how to dox people. But that's neither here nor there. Viewing it through the insect animal lens, though, it becomes a lot clearer. Like, the core belief of someone like this is don't acknowledge the holes. That's it. No egalitarianism, no kindness, no wanting to help others, no mercy, no forgiveness, no anything. It's just a basic survival mechanism, right? This coordinated mass-scale gaslighting on the pet issue of every single coalition member. Nobody gives a fuck about any of this. What they care about is their issue. And they know that the only way that they can successfully push their issue, to the degree that they want their issue to be pushed, is to unflinchingly defend every other stance of the coalition. Some of the stances are retarded. The people making this criticism
so edgy
towards anyone who breaks rank do not really have core beliefs in the same way that you or I do. What you or I consider a core belief is something basic, something internal, a force, something hard to articulate, a warm light. To them, a core belief is a mantra to be relied upon for strength, a rigid rule to shelter yourself under, knowing other people are using the exact same shelter. This is why divergence by even 5% is treated as...
I'm still mad that he doesn't understand how planes work. Freda, please help us. Freda, so he fucked up even the plane allegory? Oh, come on. No way. No way. I don't believe you. He's dumb, but not that dumb. Like, he chat GPT'd half of this fucking thing. But maybe that's why he fucked up the plane thing. No, don't tell me. Like, I'm serious. What was wrong with the plane allegory? Sorry for putting you on the spot. My comment on this, his incredibly original hot take is that there's a lot of infighting on the left. And that people call each other out all the time. And that is very scary. Especially on Twitter. And it's very traumatizing to him, apparently, that when he posts something on the internet, there are other people on the internet that will come and they will comment that he's a dumb fuck. And he blames that on the way the left cannibalizes itself. And gets into very violent fights on Twitter, which have then led to him being doxxed. Which,
I can feel my synapses melting while listening to this guy.
Right, my friend, right? Thank you for the bits. We are reaching the third hour. Please restart my synapses. We have 5 more Western taxpayers by the end of this week. Today is the last day of the week. Let's push through chat. Let's gamble. Let's have some fun. Okay? Ooh, wow. Don't get me wrong. I am enjoying this. It is the part I am not enjoying is that it ended up being incredibly cliche. It ended up being, oh my God, they try to cancel people.
Wonderful. A new child soldier. Subscriber.
Like, he made videos about like doing OPSEC with his face out. Okay? I can make fun of that as a man with a mask on the internet. He dropped irrefutable truth bombs that the left cannot and refuses to discuss, while dropping things that the left discusses and debunks and brings up all the time. He said he is going to own a guy while covered in blood, fake blood, in a room by himself. He covered himself in fake blood in a room by himself and turned on a camera and started recording. In a dark room. This is worse than Taxi Driver, like the character. Oh my God. While saying that, while talking as if he's gonna strap on fuck the guy who doxed his dad in front of him, and then he just ended up just doxing him in return by showing a picture of his childhood bedroom, and then he finished him off super crazy Mortal Kombat execution style by creating a link that you can click, which shows a counter, and that counter is supposed to signal how many people are no longer leftists because of this video. That is the synopsis. That is the synopsis of this video. Gevru, thank you very much for the 5 gifts as well. I think I deserve a shit ton of oil right now. Gevru, do you want to spin, Daddy? Do you want to spin, Gevru? Come on, please tell me you want to spin. Because spinning this is 10 times more serious than that motherfucking video. Let's spin, spin, spin. We are sinning today. The degenerate left is back. This motherfucker out here saying they too soft, they too sissy. I'm out here calling Americans fucking circumcised ass pussy imperialists while spinning fucking Gamba casinos live on stream, smoking cigarettes, drinking Jägermeisters, and enjoying the true leftist pathway, pissing on all of those who embrace modesty, turning red and all the fucking frogs. Gay brother, yeah. I love that especially we watched his video because like our community is literally the opposite of whatever this is. This is the most international community on this fucking platform where like we make 4chan feel like wobbly in the legs because we adequately point out who's a lobotomite. We just don't, attack people because of their ethnicity or background or, God forbid, the type of people they want to have sex with. But yeah, still fun to watch. Now, let's spin the wheel of justice. 5 gift subs plus. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Level 4 hype train as well. Let's fucking go, brothers, sisters, and NBs. Let's fucking go. Gevru, number 1. Gevru, please tell me if you want to gamba and then say odd, even, red or black. Next is Palmer. Tell me if you want to gamble odd, even, red or black. And then we got left on main. If you want to gamble red, blah, blah, or rah. Thank you very much, Butterdog, for the gift sub as well. GWGW Gevru is on odd. 5 on odd for the gentleman in black. 5 on odd for the lady in black. 5 on odd or the NB in black. And we spin. We spin 5 on odd going once. 5 on odd going twice. 5 on odd going 3 times for the VIP gentleman in
12,
the back.
red even.
And fucking hell, man, I'm murdering you guys. Holy fucking shit. 37-0 for you, Gopnik. Next bet, Palm 5,000 is on odd. Palm 5,000 is putting another 5 on odd. We are spinning. The gentleman Palmer 5,000 is putting 5 on odd, 5 on odd, 5 on odd.
Black even.
Okay, no, this is insane. Oh my, I swear to God, I am not rigging this. Holy shit. Okay. Left on main is red. Left on main puts 5 on red. Is Ugopnik finally going to lose some fucking subs? Please make me lose some subs. This is fucking stupid. Left on main, on
19,
red. Finally, Ugopnik loses and chat wins. Ugopnik loses and chat wins. Continue dominating this arena. The only place on this platform where we have somehow made gambling completely legal and according to TOS one more time. A place where we turn the casino into a literal allegory / metaphor, all from each according to their ability to each according to their need. Welcome to the Marxian Spinner Room. Spin, spin, spin. It is a Sunday. It is a holy day of degeneracy. Enjoy your time. Not everything has to be serious. I mean, that's weird to say during the stream where I watched a guy covered in period blood talk about how he is going to kill the left through a website. Thank you very much, Big Bigs. And thank you very much, me, for the 5. Do we have any other gamblers in the house? I repeat, do we have any other gamblers in the house? Does anybody want to put anything on red, black, even, odd, or on specific numbers? You can go from first to 12, 12, second to 12, and third 12. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, Jesus, man. I should work in a casino, dude. And I don't know why my casino is kind of like a bidding thing. Like it sounds like I'm bidding something. Like 1 going red, 2 going red, 3 going red, tom. You're a great hype man for a casino. Do I hear 5 subs? 5 subs going once, 5 subs going twice. Okay, let's finish this guy. You can still gamba in the background. Level 6 hype train. It would be fun if it went to 7. So I gave you a summary of everything that this gentleman said. Number 1, he said we don't talk about and listed out the taboos that we talk about a lot. Number 2, he said he talked like he's a gangster killer motherfucker. and how he's gonna get back at a guy who, doxing is fucked up, who doxed him, but then the only thing he did is dox him, which is okay, bro. I'm gonna send a pizza to your house. Number 4 is number 3 is some weird fucking allegory about planes and how leftists like to infight, which is, oh my God, the first man to really, sucker punch the living shit out of me right now. Holy fucking shit. Holy mother of God, I can't believe that the leftists infight. It's crazy. Man eater, no, man eater, do we want to put something on the gamba? Because I don't want to look at his fucking face anymore. Man eater, do we put 5 on gamba or do we not? Leftist infight, it's crazy, yeah. But there's one thing. One thing is leftists infighting, and a completely different thing is, it's when somebody who's not a leftist whatsoever continuously dropping hot takes that are not hot takes but are literal misinformation, which then leads to those leftists going like, I explained it to you 7,000 fucking times that this is not real, the thing you're talking about, which then leads to those people saying, guess what? Oh my God, the left, it is canceling me. It is not liking my Twitter posts. The left is evil. I am leaving. I'm never talking to leftists again, which is basically this guy. Just screaming about, with hot takes on Twitter, people responding and being like, man, repetitive, kind of cringe, what the fuck. Some of them replying, I agree, in very weird ways as well. We can be very annoying too. And which then makes you leave the left. Just this guy made a next level leaving the left video through the site thing. Okay, going back to the true leftist truth. Okay, Maneater, 5 on black, 5 on black, 5 on black by Maneater.
Six, black, even.
Congratulations to the man in black for playing on black. Maneater has eaten one man. Called Ugopnik here on Twitch. Another 5 is being gifted to chat. The only place where you can punish the worst type of people on planet Earth. Twitch streamers. Da-dum-dum. We still paying Western tax in here? Yes, sir. Hawkinson, thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. We still need 5 more Western taxpayers to end the week on a high streak. Do-do-doom.
As an extinction level threat and something internal. A force, something hard to articulate, a warm light. To them, a core belief is a mantra to be relied upon for strength, a rigid rule to shelter yourself under, knowing other people are using the exact same shelter. This is why divergence by even 5% is treated as an extinction level threat and stamped out as such. If you go to a natural history museum,
he is talking about it as if NKVD officers walked into his house and told him, sir, we have seen your Twitter posts. If you keep talking about this, we will fuck you up. Instead, this man made a 15-minute video about getting in Twitter fights with people to such an extent that the other Twitter guy doxed him. So now he's making a thesis about how the left is actually very authoritarian when it comes to their perspectives because of Twitter fights. I touch too much grass for this. This is the creme de la creme. This is a finely aged 30-year-old fucking red when it comes to the quality of cringe. Typical Neptune. First 5 and first comment is all on black. 5 on black for Neptune. Let's spin that shit.
17, black. Or
there you go.
Win.
And you can't stall me that I fucking I set this up. I do not set this up. There you go. I lost another one. Another one bites the dust. Congratulations to our gambler for winning another 5 for chat. There you go. Now I'm winning 42-15. But when it comes to the number of spins, I think we're pretty equalized here, bro. Pretty equal. Pretty equal.
You can see skeletons of mammoths and megalodons from millions of years ago. You can't see the inside of a bug. unless it's in a crystal.
Pianist was edited by Hearst and Michael Chernoff's cousin with the hit piece, and Chernoff.
I told you I was going to eat you, Noah. I told you I was going to eat you. And very ChatGPT level metaphor of mammoth and insect. The most Reddit human being I've ever seen. Thank you, Curio the Crow. Thank you very much. Level 8 hype train. Very good. The most Reddit person I've ever seen in my life.
By even 5% is treated as an excuse. Our core belief is something basic, something internal, a force, something hard to articulate, a warm light. To them, a core belief is a mantra to be relied upon for strength, a rigid rule to shelter yourself under, knowing other people are using the exact same shelter. This is why divergence by even 5% is treated as an extinction-level threat and stamped out as such.
I want to just finish on this. That's why I played it back. This whole video is about Twitter fights. This whole video is about him fighting with leftists on Twitter. I'm going to go outside, see a best decision you've ever made. And I think I'm going to do the same. Space magic! But, you know, I can also go to the motherfucking casino, bruv. Space magic, what do you want to bet your beautiful 5 on? We are level 9, level 9, level 9, level 9. Let's all just gamble. Fuck this. Space magic puts a 5 on, black, red. Oh, they're even. Dr. Uzi Smith comes in with another 5. Many gamblers today. The casino floor is completely full. Most of them are coming back from a hard day of labor. What were they doing, you might ask? They were forced in a room where a masked Balkan man talked about a guy covered in blood that had Twitter beef. So they deserve to relax a little bit by gambling. Space Magic wants to put it all on a number. Are you sure, bruv? On a number? I mean, okay. 5 on a number for Space Magic. Space Magic is Cressy. 31, right? 5 on 31, 5 on 31, 5 on 31 going once, 5 on 31 going twice for Space Magic. Space Magic spins and
26.
Unfortunately, very unexpectedly, does not win. Next is Dr. Uzi Smith with a 5 on black. Dr. Uzi Smith, a new player in town, wears a cowboy hat and very large, loose boots. Got a lot packed in that trunk. Let's see if they're good at gambling.
16. Red, even.
No, they're not. Nobody is today. The house is annihilating chat. Chat, get better. Chat, how about you get better? 52-15, chat. How about you get better? Literally skill issue. How about you get better? I'm waiting. Skill issue. Very big skill issue. Anyways, chat. Thank you very much to everyone. I gotta go. Let's wait for the hype train. Come on, let's push the hype train. Gotta go interview the Turk, and then tomorrow I gotta run a new show. Guys, while you're all here, very, very, very seriously, let's push the casino. very seriously. Tomorrow, I am dropping a new show together with two guys that you know and you really like from this space. The three of us are pretty different, but we are ideologically very similar. The show is going to be pretty different to what I did on the D program, but I promise you it will be on the same level of quality. The show is going to drop everywhere. Tomorrow, like in around 26 hours. You will see us post about it absolutely everywhere, especially on Twitter. When we stream. Thank you very kindly, Crisco. We're going to give you a spin very soon. When I stream next, I think I will be streaming on Tuesday. I got to drive tomorrow after, and after I drive, I'm going to do my whole publishing thing and so on. But please look out for it. I think you will really enjoy it. It's going to be a new show. So we will really, really, really rely on you guys to try and spread it around as much as possible. It is incredibly relevant to the video we just watched because, and small spoilers, the direction and the premise and the point of the show that I'm going to be doing with two other gentlemen and one producer lady is going to be directed at exactly this type of rhetoric that we just heard. The entire front line of the reactionary pitch. That's not saying much, but that's also saying enough. So the show will release tomorrow on all the platforms, the Spotifys and the Apple Podcasts and so on. And I want all of you to join that community as well, that mutual community, and tell us how to improve it and grow it. Episode 3 will have the Turk on. Episode 5 will probably have Liv Agar on, maybe 5 or 6. The rest, it will be the three of us analyzing some topics that some of you are familiar with, some of you are not familiar with, but I'm sure most of you are going to be very passionate about. Now, seriously, keep an eye out. This is not just a random pitch. We worked on this for half a year, to make it happen. I think it's going to work. No stream from me tomorrow, no. But the show will release tomorrow, and I'll stream Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, most likely next week. Now we got Crisco with 10 on odd, one of the biggest VIP gamblers in this establishment. When he walks in, the ladies look, the boys look, the gamblers look, and those who are there just for the free drinks also look, because Crisco's always in the casino, and Crisco knows what he's doing. Also, I always lose with Crisco. So 10 on odd for Crisco, and we spin. Thanks to people like Crisco.
1 red odd. You win.
Holy mother of shit. Yeah, thanks to people like Crisco. I was going to give you a compliment, but now I'm losing money because of you, motherfucker. I'm kidding. God bless Crisco. Congratulations to the VIP player. Congratulations, Afghan Nation. Thanks to Oilers like yourself. We can do these other projects and expand from not just, one thing into as many things as possible. So, what the fuck? That was a glitch. I bought 10. Fuck it. Another 10. Fuck it. You get it. Karo Kick. Thank you very much for the raid, Karo Kick. Welcome in. Hope you had a lovely stream. I bought 10. I literally bought 10, bro. I bought 10. What the fuck? I bought 10. Oh, well. More subs for chat. Make chat happy. Stop the count. Okay, now I genuinely do have to fucking go. Does anybody want a gamba or... Because this motherfucker got to run. Let me send you to... to Casey Tron. I haven't rated Casey Tron in a second. Let me send you to Casey Tron. There we go. Oh my God. Okay. Wish me luck. I'm going to go talk to the Turk. He was on a photo shoot. Now he's going to come to an interview. I got to eat, and I'll see you on Tuesday. I'll get all their bets and we can spin end of stream Tuesday. Deal. Now go on the raid. Have some fun, motherfuckers. I can't believe I'm leaving during a 1K Andy moment and with a level 11 hype train, but I really am late. So, thank you to all the Oilers, all the new followers. If you're new here and you haven't clicked the follow button, literally costs you nothing. Just press the button. Thank you to my producer. Thank you to my mods. Thank you to everybody who chose to spend their time with me as we dissect one of the weirdest videos I've ever fucking seen in my life. That is a very strange human being, and it was fascinating. Fine wine of cringe. A well-aged cheese covered in blood. See you tomorrow when I scream at you to watch the show. Watch the new show. I'm not going to play you the fucking trailer. Watch the show. Or should I play the trailer? Should I play the trailer? Freda, should I play them the trailer? Yeah, do it. Okay, wait. Fuck it, I'll play you the trailer. Wait, I don't know how to open it now, though. 1 second. One second. Oh, I got so many accounts on here. Okay, open this one, then open this one, then go to YouTube. Okay. One moment. Okay. One second, I can't show too much. Come on, man. One second. It's coming. It's pretty, I don't know, I personally like it. But now I've overhyped it. And goodbye, chat.
Kept their alliance with Marxism, and the problem with that is that if you're a human being, you have to act in the world, because otherwise you suffer miserably and then you die.
Whenever I'm watching like a new trailer on my stream, and there's, oh my god, there's a fucking black person. Oh my god, there's a woman.
It's your body, my choice.
Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity!
I want these people to suffer because that's what they did to me. Get rid of them.
The will of man's heart is towards evil from his youth.
Gamer drives up, what goes around? Yep, what goes around comes around. And we're coming. Non-incel attitude? Well, I guess I'm an incel. And I think everybody else should be too.
All of us today would be in a worse spot if slavery never existed at all across the globe. There were undoubtedly many nice slaveholders in the South.